up? It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you're tuned into World Combat Sports.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, you're listening to World Combat Sports. What's good? Hopefully, everybody is doing great. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Boxing Talk with some MMA on the back end. Michael Johnson Boxing Talk and more. What's good? What it do with you, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. Everybody else that's pulling up to the live stream, man. Check out the thumbnail. Of course, this is speaking some facts about boxing in a sense where it has to be addressed when it comes to Team Williams calling out Devin Haney. I'm not going to talk a whole lot on this, but it was mentioned and put out there to social media and on specific sites that the cliche or the language, so to speak, the cadence is the same. Look at his record, who he fought, and everything else. So I just want to basically enhance or improve the knowledge of some of you boxing fans out there outside of social media. You know what I'm saying? It's up to me to do that. It's up to me to do that. Instagram does not erase Boxrec. Instagram does not erase Boxrec. You can stunt all day long, and I salute you for your earnings. I never in my life been envious of any man on them out here working, fruits of their labor, all that shit. This ain't got shit to do with that, really. It don't. I'm just basically talking about this boxing game and how certain people are more interested and gravitate to social media. And then they take the popularity of a fighter and then they turn around and say, you know what? If someone's trying to call them out and challenge, they say, oh, he'll beat that dude ass. He's this, he's that, and the other. But then the Boxrec is not saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? 6% knockout ratio is not mirroring up to he gonna knock the fuck out of this dude. He gonna beat his ass. Boxing is a sweet science. We all know that. But I'm just telling you that there's some fighters that's out there that haven't been able to get their spotlight yet. And just because a fighter call out another fighter like they used to do, and like sometimes they continue to do, but not as much. If you call out a fighter that you want to fight, then accept it as a challenge. I like that C word, challenge. You know what I'm saying? You're challenging, you issuing the challenge. Not clout chasing, because us as black people, my people, we tend to latch on to the culture and cliche terms that's out there in the songs and everything else. And it's bullshit because we're much more smarter than that. But just to devalue someone when they sit up here calling your ass out, it makes no sense. So look at my thumbnail, man. I said boxing trivia question. Who is the first 3-time emails champion who faced 0 top opponents? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the thumbnail speaks for itself. It's pretty thorough. I put a little work into it. Eric Murray, what's good? Tom, salute. King Mitch, what's good? So I put a little work into it, to get the point across. Nothing personal. But check this out, man. Let's get into it. Let's get into it for sure. Devin Haney. As you all know, we was up there calling him out, Team Williams, right? We've been calling out Devin Haney, man, because we really, truly believe that Michael Williiams will give him the smoke. All right. So people look at the challenge as if, oh, let me check his Boxrec. He's only 14-0. He ain't fought nobody. You know, it's not that many winning records on there. And then these same people are not understanding how the process of boxing work. Not everybody is signed on early. Not everybody has the budget. There is an A side, B side when it comes to boxing, especially at the regional level. It's an A side, B side like you wouldn't believe. You just don't walk up in there and, you know, you decide who's the A side, B side. No, the promoters know. You know what I'm saying? If you're fighting on a promotion, of course, Devin Haney will be the A side and Williams will be the B side. We know that shit. But we can't even get to that because we have too many individuals looking at what he's been able to accomplish monetarily rather than what could potentially happen in the ring. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So looking at a record of an individual that can box, okay, 25 wins, 0 defeats, and a fighter like Michael Williams Jr. sitting at 14 victories, 0 defeats, right? This is the way I look at it. Don't say, look at a fighter's Boxrec when you haven't fully accepted what you have on your own Boxrec. You know what I'm saying? This is going to heat up real quick. You're unwilling to accept what you have accomplished thus far in your career. You're not happy with that because you know damn well if you looked on your own Boxrec, you will understand that through 14 fights, you and Williams Jr. Boxrec is somewhat similar. Y'all wearing the same motherfucking suit. Let's not forget, 14-0, the Devins 14-0 are similar suits. People don't want to look at it because they're not thinking to break it down like that. It's like, let's just look at the 25. Let's just look at him 14. Let's look at who he fought so far. Devin Haney's record is supposed to be better than Williams Jr. Supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But is he better than Williams Jr.? That's the question. That's what we're trying to put out there. Is he better than Williams Jr.? That's all we're saying. And the only way to find that out, since you don't have an opponent and you Teofimo chasing, you know, we want to step up in there and say, you know what? You just came off a fight with Zaur Abdullayev, right? 11-0. Nobody fucking knows this dude, but he has an O on his record. You know what I'm saying? And then Alfredo Santiago, 12-0. No one really knows this DR fighter. I'm not saying he was, you know, a sorry ass fighter, but he came over here and went the distance with Devin. So when they look at Williams, being that they have a history together, he automatically say, you know, he's fight bums. He a bum. You know what I'm saying? He ain't fought nobody. I want y'all, the boxing fans, the ones who tune in, to understand. I know a lot of y'all do, but understand one thing. Don't look at the Boxrec and let the popularity convolute your decision. You got to hold every fighter accountable for what you choose, how strict you choose to grade their Boxrec and who they are as a fighter. They can have an okay Boxrec, but then their performances in the ring have been very exciting and entertaining. You're like, damn, I want to check this motherfucker out. Cool. That's what we're talking about. Everybody that's in the building, salute to you. SB90, what's good? I'll get the Sims later. You're not saying anything that interests me right now. So back to what I was saying. So therefore, you know, Bill was on the Boxing Voice today. So of course I was on there. I mean, I'm not running around. Me and Bill the same age. I'm not running behind an avatar. Y'all know how I look. And it's, you know, it's respect, man. But we got to go in and call it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? We got to call it for what it is. What it is a challenge and not clout chasing. Because if the opportunity presented itself, the belt don't even need to be included. We just take the name and the record. That's real. We'll take the name and the record. Forget about the belt. Because in reality, the real ones know that he never beat anybody for the belts anyway. He's the first 3-time WBC champion without even throwing one punch. Seriously. And that, look, I'm not sitting up here trying to create any type of discontent, but I'm just telling you what's a fact. When the man was injured, and if you basically there's a vacant, right? And just think about it. You know, 3 times, let's just say you fighting somebody for the vacant. You know what I'm saying? You have 6 months to basically fight your mandatory, 6 months, right? And then if you actually win the title, you have a year, 12 months. But therefore, Devin Haney never fought a single individual, even when they stripped him of the title when he was in recess because of his shoulder. When all the other fights fell out with Javier Fortuna and all them other fights, they reinstated Devin Haney. That's 3 times. You was WBC champion, then you went in recess. It is in the WBC bylaws, so to speak. So they reinstated him as champion. So he's a 3-time WBC champion, interim, and 2-time secondary title holder. And people need to understand that. 3 times without throwing a single punch. 3 times. So therefore, which leads me to this right here. What's wrong with the fighter challenging if your last 2 opponents before Yorkis Gamboa possessed 11-0 record and a 12-0 record? What's wrong with a 14-0 fighter that matches up very nice with you, that you have a history about? You have a history. You know, I could talk about it now since Bill brought it up on the Boxing Voice, right? And I know what Bill said about me. I'm no way, shape, or form that. I'm just, you know, kicking out, regurgitating this media, right? Talking like I always talk it, right? But Bill said that that he stopped, you know, Devin stopped Michael Williams Jr. in sparring, right? He left it at that. He just let that shit simmer with the crowd so everybody can listen and say, oh, he stopped him. But once again, Bill did not tell the entire story. He didn't tell the entire story. It wasn't just when somebody gets stopped, right? There has to be a point where that person can no longer continue. We're talking about boxing, right, people? You can no longer continue. You got stopped. You got knocked the fuck out. Your corner stopped it. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't continue. Something dealing in that particular nature, right? So he put out there, he said on the Boxing Voice that Devin stopped him with a body shot back in the day. He did. He was able to drop him with a body shot. It happens in sparring. That shit was over 3 years ago. That was over 3 years ago, right? I heard people say, you know, Michael Williams got his ass beat and all that. Let me tell you something. Check this out. Williams was getting the best, from my understanding, what was told to me. He was getting the best of Devin Haney in the first round. Then the situation arose where Devin Haney dropped him with a body shot. I'm not saying on his back. I'm not saying freaking on his forehead. I'm not talking about up against the ropes and shit, bobbling around. Williams took a knee. Once he took a knee, Devin Haney came over and punched him in the head while he was on one knee. That's the story that was left out of the Boxing Voice. Look, worse shit happened in sparring. Worse shit goes down in sparring. It's fucking sparring. Not just with that, with mixed martial arts, all that shit. Worse stuff happened. But just to basically bring it up to date, just a little bit without going into detail, too much detail. The only reason we spoke about it, you haven't heard us really speak about it, but today he brought it out and said, you know, Devin Haney stopped Williams Jr. in sparring, and he just cut it off right there. It's like, oh, he stopped him anyway. But what happened is Devin Haney punched him in the head while he was on the knee. Still couldn't knock him out. You still couldn't knock the man out. He was on one knee, Devin. You sucker punched the man when he was on one knee and still didn't knock him out cold. So, you know who stopped the fight? Bill them stopped the fight. Bill stopped it. He stopped the sparring. It wasn't Team Williams. It wasn't Michael. He was good. He said, hey, Dad, I'm good. I'm good. Once again, he hit him with a body shot. Williams took a knee. While he was on his knee, Haney ran over there, Devin Haney, and punched him in the head. That's the part of the story that is left out. And you just want to tell the people a short clip, what they call cliff notes. You know what I'm saying? You want to give them a cliff note review without the entire passage of chapter. No, we're talking about the entire passage of what took place. Yeah, he did land a solid body shot. And when Williams took a knee, Devin Haney punched him in the head and still didn't knock him out. It must have sucked. And you must have felt some type of way when you punch a man when he's on one knee from hurting him with a body shot, right? And you still don't knock him out. So that's a testament to Williams Jr.'s chin. So since then, the freaking shit was chaotic. The sparring was stopped and all that. And they never stepped in the ring again. Now this brings us full circle to right now that we want that work. We want that work. You know how it goes in boxing. You got a history with somebody. You want to come back and get that work. You know what I'm saying? Just like Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez walked up on each other and talking about that sparring shit. It's about to heat up a little bit. I was there. I got my own clip. I have my own clip. I was there. Floyd Mayweather threw a fight card on the Thursday. On fight week at the MGM. So therefore, Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney ran each other, and that's when they start talking about who fucked who up in sparring. So don't look at me like I'm talking about something that's foreign language. This is absolutely what goes on sometime in boxing. The same shit. You know what I'm saying? They talking about sparring. So now I'm mentioning sparring. You know what I'm saying? It's no different. So Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, talking about who fucked who up in sparring. Okay. Now, what was said on the Boxing Voice is that they don't have an opponent lined up right now. Team Haney. They don't have an opponent lined up right now. But what we did see this past weekend is Teofimo Lopez, right? He's telling Eddie Hearns 10 million. And then Lopez Jr., his father, because, I know it's his father. He's a junior too. But, Lopez Jr. came up there and said 7 million. Okay. I like what's going on with Teofimo to go out here and promote himself and just to now open up that he's accomplished the unification of the lightweight division. He's accomplished that. All right. It would have been great to see Devin Haney there though. It would have been good for them to pull up on each other right now. You know what I'm saying? Being that they're a bit closer than Crawford, Errol Spence when they actually pulled up. You know what I'm saying? It would have been nice for them to pull up on one another, but Devin Haney was nowhere to be found. But on the Boxing Voice, Bill said they didn't have an opponent. They people trying to work out, Matchroom trying to work out some shit, trying to see what can happen with Teofimo Lopez. So now they Lopez chasing right now. They Lopez chasing. They really want that fight with Teo because it's going to be a big payday for them. But in the interim, are you telling me you're going to wait to fight Teofimo Lopez next year when he's already said that he's going to Aussie? You know what I'm saying? He's going to Australia to fight George Kambosos. You're going to wait till he go through fight camp, fight Kambosos, then you fight him. That's going to be what? Mid-year, he's going to get out of a fight like Teo does and start, relaxing, going on vacation. And then he got to, come back and fight camp for Devin Haney if that's the case. But in the interim, you could have damn well fought somebody with a 14-0 record. You know what I'm saying? It's not that difficult. You could have fought somebody with a 14-0 record, Charlie. What's going on? Mark Nash in the building. What's good? He said, sounds like an illegal blow stopped the sparring. Was intentional, just a heat of the moment. Look, if something's heat in the moment and someone executes it, especially in combat sports, it is intentional. I could see if you was in the flow, okay? You was in motion, but that wasn't the case. When somebody's already down, showing you that they're down and you actually close distance and execute or commit to a punch or a strike, then it's intentional. Because we've seen people be up close and personal on the inside and pull back a punch. I'm just telling you what I know. You can pull a punch. You can pull a kick. but he punched him in the head. It wasn't in a combination, and the bell rung. No, Williams dropped to a knee, which in sparring, what does that mean? Okay, you did what you're supposed to. Okay, but he went over there and punched him in the head while he was down. A lack of discipline. A lack of discipline. You know what I'm saying? D-Ray in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate that, Mark. Peace to the channel and the panel. Why was Haney not there? Haney was there. Bill Haney was there along with his son. He was there. He the one stopped the fight. He the one stopped the fight. And for what I understand, he genuinely stopped the fight. And he was, pretty much agitated with Devin in the actions that he committed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was told. He was genuinely upset that Devin did what he did. Devin ended up apologizing, and then they went on training after that. But if you're gonna go on the Boxing Voice, which has a huge following and platform, the entire story needs to be told. And I'm not gonna go in grave detail about it. I'm gonna allow his pops to show up on another panel. On another channel, rather, and give his side of the story because he was there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let 300 come on here. I'm gonna wait till he come on that particular channel, and you'll see for yourself. You'll hear it firsthand from how it all went down. But the reason why I'm talking about it is the fact that Bill Haney mentioned it, but he left off a huge back end of how it all went down. 150 wasn't laying on his fucking back. He wasn't on his stomach hitting the damn canvas. He wasn't rolling around and shit like it was the beach. He just took a knee. Because, the punch probably landed in between breaths. That's what we assumed. But for a fighter to come over there and punch him while he's down, regardless if they had headgear or not, it's bad sportsmanship. It's ill-advised, and it should have never happened. But once again, in sparring and combat, I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said no one never sucker punch, me when I was engaged in some type of activity, when it came to combat sports. I'll be lying to you. That shit happens all the time. It's just how it happens. If you take a knee and somebody come kick you in the head, now that's serious. Somebody might need to goddamn go get their life insurance ready. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different story. But that's all I'm saying, man. Like, we need to recognize and tell the whole side of the story, Bill. That's all I'm saying. What's going on, John? How you feel, man? He said Haney would not fight Williams. Yeah, we finding it out. We getting the cadence. What's good, 300? How you feel, bro?
What up, bro?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. What you up to?
Man,
going through. Go ahead.
Now I gotta come through on my brother's thing. I'm holding out to do these other lives and talk about, but I gotta come to my brother's page, man. I'm trying to get to where I can see the comments too, dog. There was a couple of dudes I wanted to.
All you have to do is click on the comments over there. Where you see in the back of the studio over here at the top. You just click on the comments, man.
You talking about the chat?
Or you can pull up the live. You can do a split screen, pull up the live. But yeah, right where we at right now, you can go to the top. King Mitch in the building. ID, what's good? I can't
see that shit.
At the top it says comments.
Yeah, now when I click on that shit, I see it, but it's all good, man. You might have to read something to me, but look, here's the thing, man. My man Bill called me, man, Sunday. You feel me? Pretty much, me and Bill had an hour and a half conversation, a great conversation. You know what I'm saying? The fight right now won't happen. You know what I'm saying? They on another mission. You know what I'm saying? Cool. We pretty much done with it. Like I told him, I said, bro, media is still going to ride y'all on that. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. You feel me? Just like on other channels, I got that hoe still using my son's name. I don't get mad because that's free promotion.
Correct.
But today didn't sit well with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched, you asked him about my son and Devin. My man Bill gave a beautiful answer. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn. I said, okay, Bill, I'm holding my part too. Then somebody in the chat came back again, brung up Mike Jr. And that's when, I forget how it was. He was just like, they was like, y'all ever going to fight Mike Jr.? And Bill
He
was
said,
like,
y'all will fight up the line, maybe. Y'all will fight somewhere up the line.
yeah. And then he said, I guess it was like, no, we stopped him in sparring, or Dev stopped him in sparring. And that was sad, bro, because if you go and tell the entire story, tell it. So I'm trying to say shit for the other channel, but I'm gonna say this. When I speak, bro, I tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? Devin did not stop my son. Devin did catch my son with a great motherfucking body shot. You know what I'm saying? Bill stopped the sparring because when Devin caught my son with that shot, Mike Jr. bounced from side to side. He backed up. The shit hurt. You know what I mean? He caught Mike in between breathing. Great shot, perfect timing. While Mike Jr. was on his knee, Devin ran over and punched the shit out of him. I mean, free shot. Boom! I hopped up like, yo, what the fuck? Bill started yelling at Devin. That's what calmed me down. Because Bill started yelling at Devin, like, what the fuck is you doing? So Mike Jr. just jump up. Yo, Pop,
Yeah.
I'm good. So I'm looking over at Bill and Dev. Bill popped Dev upside the head and then snatched his headgear off and was like, yo, this is over. Nigga, you stopped the sparring.
True.
Y'all caught my son with a good shot. Mike was backing up, took a knee. He'd get up and we finished motherfucking fighting and sparring. But the lie, though, come on, Bill. And I fucks with you too. All we wanted to do was get the fight. And again, man, this shit is getting exhausting for the casual boxing fans who don't know. When y'all asking my son's not ranked and all this and all that, man, listen, at the end of the day, my son is very talented. You know what I mean? We beat Haney. Period.
Now let me say this, 300. Like, speaking of rankings, right? Martinez, I believe that was his name from the Boxing Voice. He comes out and say he's not even ranked in the top 10. That goes to show you how little that he studied the topic of the conversation, because Bill pulled up on him. So I guess they're really not that in depth of Devin Haney themselves. But he say, oh, he's not even ranked. But guess what? Look at his last 5 opponents. They're not ranked in the top 10 either. Devin Haney is number 4.
Right. So again, one thing about me, I'm truthful. We not haters, dog. You know what I mean? We just want a shot. You know what I'm saying? I told Bill we starving. But you got to remember, shout out to Bill for finessing the shit out of these other channels. For using his star power. When Bill pull up, they all excited. You know what I mean? One nigga grab a ball, the other nigga grab a ball, the other nigga grab Bill's dick. They all up on Bill. They love Bill. You know, I see my nigga Bill eating oatmeal or some shit, the finest oatmeal. You know, them niggas got money. You know what I'm saying? This oatmeal different than our oatmeal. So Bill eating and he eating peanuts and shit, and he's inviting these niggas to his house and parties. These niggas is going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I get it, dog. I get it. But that still don't change the fact that Michael Williams Jr. will bring it to Devin's ass. They don't have to fight right now. One day it's going to happen, and we'll win. You know what I'm saying? So out of respect, for me and Bill's conversation, man, we was done with it. You know what I'm saying? Bill hit me up early as hell like a man. You know what I mean? When I tell you our conversation was good, that's why it just fucked me up when he said that, because you leave, man, come on, Bill, you a fucking veteran at this shit. You know, when you say something like that, you got that whole nigga that worked for you. You know what I mean? That you throw crumbs to every now and then. And they run with that shit. Next thing you know, Michael Williams Jr. and exposed. They love that word. They got us saying that shit. Michael Williams, everything is fucking exposed. Michael Williams Jr. is exposed. You know what I mean? Come on,
They don't know him though. He Michael Carter though. They don't know him, but we put the vid out there. You put the vid out.
Let me tell you what's so fucking fly about my son. If you niggas get an interview from Michael Williams Jr., nigga, you was blessed. Mike Jr. don't say shit. He don't talk. He don't want to fucking go back and forth. That nigga's a fighter. So you got to deal with me. I talk. So if you get a chance to talk to my son, nigga, you should be honored. Not you, Scotty, because you family. But these other motherfuckers, please. Y'all fake teams, nigga. This is a real team. Y'all fake. We really started from the bottom on this shit, nigga. We didn't have a whole bunch of amateur experience and all that shit. And shout out to niggas who did. But we started from the bottom. We built this shit from nothing. We was able to fucking me promote my son and get it out there to pull Roy in. You feel me? All these little bit of this buzz and fans that we got, which that hoe end up finding out about us. Nigga talking about Michael Carter Williams, who I don't even know this nigga. And then we put up the video where you was about to suck the shit out of our dick. And then there's another fighter out of North Carolina. There's another fighter out of North Carolina. Shut the fuck up, dude.
And he was coming to me for an interview. You know what I'm saying?
Bruh. Just tell the truth.
Somebody asked 300. I want to read this comment. Somebody asked, did he hit him harder? You know, that's really something he can't answer because he wasn't there. But did he hit him? And his son wasn't even been trained. But he said, did he hit him harder than Roy on Griffin getting disqualified? You know, he fought Montel Griffin.
Man, let me tell you something, man. That's a great motherfucking question. Because, bruh, Dev tried to rock my son. He tried to rock my son. But he better off going to the body because my son's chin is crazy. And then Dev ain't that strong. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but he tried. He tried to, Dev, man, and God is so great, man. God is good. We was definitely in a home, just me and my son. I think we had my man, shout out to Padman McGriff. You know what I mean? We was staying at his house, but we was by ourselves. You know what I mean? Me and my son, you know, our team wasn't that big yet. Well, we had niggas over in Vegas and shit like that in Cali. Like my nigga Pat, man, I peeped him out. I'm like, Pat, you got any guns? And he's like, guns? Pat crazy. He's like, nigga, I don't need no guns. I got my hand. I'm looking at this nigga like, So I'm like, yo, we gotta go to Walmart or something, man. We gotta go to Home Depot. So we go to Home Depot and shit, because that's our routine. When we travel somewhere where we can't bring our guns, we go and get like box cutters and fucking
Don't tell them the toolbox, dog.
I'll tell a nigga, because you gonna get fucked up fucking with us and screwdrivers. You're gonna have to, if you got guns, to shoot us up, because we doing that shit prison style. Now, if you in a state that carry guns, Scotty, you know how we coming, nigga. Oh yeah. Oh, nigga, I got that shit that be in them video games, nigga. You feel me? So we go there, we go down there. You know what I mean? We I got a little screwdriver and shit. Mike Jr. got a little box cutter. So basically what I'm saying is, when Dev hit my son so fucking hard, dog, if Devin would have locked my son out, dog, they would have had to kill me in there, bro. And again, dog, because that's some fucked up shit what he did. But my nigga McGriff, Will Padman told him, he said, nigga, them niggas is dirty. Them niggas is dogs in there, dog. Like, and again, man, I'm not a hater. Don't be fooled by Devin's Sesame Street voice. That nigga was a whole demon in there with my son. And see, and we got finessed too by the Sesame Street voice. Cause Dev was real cool. Yeah, man. Just waiting on my dad. And my dad, when he come, we gonna be at the spa. I'm like, oh, this nigga nice. Shit, that nigga turned into a whole demon, my nigga.
He said he turned that switch on when it was time to spar up.
I'm not a hater, my nigga, and I'm gonna tell the full story on another page, man. I don't want to go because it's funny, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, man, that he did that, but thank God Mike got a chin because if my son would have got knocked out, you know, you punched my son while you're on his knee, not even looking. That's crazy, man. But Bill kind of calmed me down because when I looked at Bill, I don't know if he was acting or not, but he was fussing at Dev. You know what I'm saying? And he snatched the headgear off. Dev came over, shook our hands, you know, apologized to Junior. Mike and Dev went and started punching on the bags. Me and Bill started chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Bill know how to make you feel better for the fucked up shit they do to y'all. You know what I mean? Bill really be on that pimp shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you smack, hey, look, you smack a hoe, and then you tell her, baby, it's gonna be all right, baby. It's gonna be all right, baby. You know, you okay? We're gonna get this money, baby. I didn't mean to do it to you. You know what I mean? So this nigga Dev and punched the shit out of my son. They didn't call the sparring, and then Bill talking to me like, yeah, y'all gonna be good, man. You know, y'all just keep it up. So like, what the fuck? You know, that's it, man. So like, my thing is, Bill, goddamn, bro, come on, bro. Just tell the truth, because this shit right here between me and Bill, I might have said some things out of anger because I was dealing with that hoe nigga. You know what I'm saying? But this is just boxing between us. I think if I ever see that hoe, I'm gonna really break his back, and I pray to God that he's not with Team Haney, because it's gonna be really fucked up if they try to protect him, because that nigga don't respect the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if Bill told him that, nigga, in boxing we will all see each other. You know what I mean? Bill's a great father. I'm a great father. Devin's a great fighter. Mike Jr. is a great fighter, and I'm just trying to get a fight for my son. The niggas are like, oh, it's about money. Nigga, if it was about money, I would have said a whole crazy number to Bill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
$500,000.
Yeah, but I know this fight is going to be good. It'll be worth it for the fans. The fans is always talking about they want to see good fights, and then when we try to fucking give you a good fight, the same fans turn around and be talking about my son's record. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what do y'all want? Because the niggas who got the great records that y'all like don't want to fight each other, and then come out of the dark side and want to get something popping. Y'all fucking be hitting us up about our record and shit, and then you don't even understand boxing. Everybody. Oh, hold on real quick, Scotty, because I got to say this again. I'm sorry, brother.
Yeah.
Everybody that's on Devin's Boxrec, and everybody that fucking Ryan Garcia has fought, Michael Williiams Jr. would beat them niggas too. We just can't afford them niggas, man. Come on, baby.
Michael say, has Bill tried to get y'all fights since he been on the Black Power shit?
Nah, man, that's the thing, man. You know, bro, man, we had a great fucking conversation, me and Bill. I'm not a pump faker. You know what I'm saying? I told Bill, I'm like, Bill, nigga, we hungry, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I said, that's nigga, that's why we coming. That's why we coming for you. We see y'all at the top, nigga. Y'all eating shrimps and shit and fish, and Devin got the 400K and the, you know, that nigga Bill crazy. Hey, look, that nigga Bill crazy as hell. He said to me, Michael Williiams Sr., he said, how we looking, dog? I said, motherfucker, y'all looking good, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Nah, so to answer your question, Bill ain't trying to help us out. He did tell me to call him though if we ever need him, man. But that shit don't do anything, nigga. You got what is DHP?
That's the Hollywood talk.
Yeah, you got DHP. Yeah, for real. Take my card. Email me. You know what I'm saying? You got DHP. What is it? DHP, right?
DHP. Devin Haney Promotions.
DHP Promotions. You know what I'm saying? That you could have fucking hit up the zone and say, yo, get this kid on the undercard, give him a shot. You know, that's really helping. But it's okay though, man. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta keep working. You know what I'm saying? The world will know who Mike Jr. is, you know what I'm saying? But we're an honest and truthful team, but we'll still break a nigga's back. That whole no.
You know what it is, man. You know, we ain't gonna give him no shine, but it'll all come. You know, that's
why I call him Ho now. I don't even say his nickname that he didn't stole from another nigga. His nickname is probably a nigga that live in his neighborhood. You know what I mean? Don't even know he used his name.
that nigga a dirt monkey to me. You know, I'm gonna call him Dirt Monkey. This motherfucker, man. You know, I just wanna, like I put out there, I want to see Bill take a picture. You know, like we do with Team Williams, go out to eat, congregate, converse as a family team. I want to see him take a picture with the Dirt Monkey at the table and shit. You know, I want to see him riding down the boulevard with Devin, screaming his name, because we tired of this social media fellatio that's going on. We just want to see you in the shotgun in the passenger seat. Let's see if Devin take you for a ride down the boulevard. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to look at it like this. Yo, that nigga Bill, man. Again, I'm not a hater to the audience and people that's watching and your supporters, right? Bill is a very smart motherfucker. If Bill was to bring that hoe around, instant chaos. Because Bill and them are around a lot of niggas in boxing. Like you think Bill and them won't ever run into my nigga Gary Russell and his family? Yeah. And just imagine when the hoe was there. Drama. If we ever see Bill and them, me, my son, and our team, we see Bill and them, we'll shake hands, you know what I'm saying? Yo, all right, what up, man? You know, whatever they gotta say to us, or yo, what was you saying? How did that go? We'll talk it out as men. But if they got that nigga there, I'm gonna try to break his back. So they got two choices at that point. Either let that nigga's back get broken, or y'all try to defend him. Y'all try to defend him, which is gonna start a whole war.
That nigga gonna get behind the tall motherfuckers. That's everybody in the group. He gonna get behind the tall motherfuckers. No, man, they ain't come here for that. They ain't coming for that. Whole different tone. He said, so we know Haney isn't the fight isn't happening. What's next for Michael Williams Jr. and what division are y'all campaigning?
Yeah, but and that's another great question. That's why I love coming on your shit, Scotty. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you pulling up.
Your people ask real questions. So you know, we just gotta keep working, man. We're gonna see what, you know, Top Rank got to offer, you know, whatever fights they throw at us. Coach Roy Jones, my son is trained by Roy Jones. You know, Roy will pull some things out of his hat. Other than that, like I said, man, you know, being independent is hard. Our motherfucking money is getting low. So before we sit around and don't get nothing, y'all just might see Mike Jr. again. Like I always say, y'all might just see Mike Jr. knock a nigga out who work at a gas station.
Cooking gizzards.
Cooking gizzards in the gas stations. Like we gotta stay active. And if my budget is only $2,000, $3,000 to pay a nigga, then of course y'all not gonna get a pretty record. You know what I'm saying? If I had 20,000 and 15,000, y'all see Mike Jr. fighting dudes with better records. You know what I mean? And I hope I'm bringing some light to the casual boxing fans who don't know how it's worked. If we had a lot of money, man, you'll see Mike Jr. ranked. You'll see Mike Jr. with some kind of WBC belt or all these other top belts, because it's money. It's money, man. Yeah.
They say, are you cool with Bud and Bomac?
Man, we love, man, see, that's my nigga D-Ray. D-Ray must have studied us and found out. So at one point in time, man, you know, we was about to Terrence B&B was going to manage Mike Jr. You know what I'm saying? Went up there. We love Terrence and them, dog. We love Bo, Steven Nelson, the whole team, man. Shout out to Maurice Hooker. Shout out to Jamil Herring. Man, all them.
Tell them how they team get down, how much a dog they are, that motherfucker.
Man, them niggas them niggas is beast, bro. Terrence Crawford is a real deal, dog. Like, I like Earl Spence. Like, years ago, Earl Spence showed us a lot of love. Like, before niggas was even fucking with Earl Spence. I think it was about, 2012, maybe. Yeah. We saw Earl Spence, and he gave Mike Jr. a shout out. Mike was real young. And what's my man name? His coach. Derek James. Derek James is real cool. So we like Earl Spence. But, you know, moving forward, you know, of course, we started being around Bomac and them and Terrence Crawford and them, man. So, but I say all that to say that nigga Terrence Crawford is a beast. Terrence Crawford's personality is of a Rockwaller. Terrence Crawford constantly trains. That nigga's about that life. I remember we was out in Omaha at a B&B show because they was announcing that Mike Jr. Was going to be the newest member of B&B. That's Bud and Bomac Promotions, right? And me and Junior out there, we chilling. We walking out with some of the fighters, and a fight broke out under the tent where they was having a show. Shit, nigga, Terrence was like the first nigga to run in that shit. I was like, oh, I said,
That's
God
about
damn.
that smoke.
I'm like, nigga, you a millionaire. What the fuck is you doing? You got 100 niggas out here that'll do it. But nah, so, you know, not to be on Terrence's dick, that's how people would take it. But I'm speaking the truth, man. Them niggas is about that. But yeah, we very cool with Bo. Actually, I spoke to Bo through Messenger shit today, was it? I had needed something for him, man. But they support us, man. It is what it
That's
is,
good
man.
stuff there, 300. Hey, let us know the next time that Mike is going down there to Roy Jones Jr. to train. How long you think he'll be down there this time?
Bro, Mike Jr. can go down to Roy's house right now. That's Roy's our motherfucking brother. He's not just a trainer. And we rocking with Roy Jones for the rest of our life. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like I said, I be looking at Roy Strange. That nigga be wanting my son to down there, lay down there. I'm like, hold on, Roy. we still love that's my son. Shit, Roy was like, nigga, I need more time with him. I need him to stay at the house at least 6 months straight.
Dang.
I'm like, damn, nigga. He 21. By the time I see him, the nigga gonna be 24. Roy, goddamn. But that's
for sure, dog.
That's love. That's love when a legend, bro. He loved my son, man.
Yeah.
And here's something. Let me tell you something. And I gotta say this. Roy don't really like the whole calling out Dev and shit like that. He don't like it, bro. You know what I mean? He expressed that to me and Mike Jr. But if this shit ever happens, Roy Jones know how to beat that nigga. Along with Mike being as talented as he is. That fucking shoulder roll and that cool shit that Mayweather gave him, that shit, the shoulder roll is not gonna work on a nigga that's 6'1". That can just
50 cal as a jab.
6'1" with a motherfucking 77 arm reach that'll just you shoulder rolling while he just punching you in your shoulders and shit. How you gonna counter on a nigga that's 6'1" with a reach like that? You can't counter that. And then what happens when you try to get fancy because you think you got power and you gonna try to walk Mike Jr. down and you start getting hit with them long ass bombs. Man, come
boing,
on, man.
Boing.
Bang bang. You feel me?
Man.
But shout out to them niggas.
Mike has that defense too, there, 300. To be so tall.
Mike Jr. got everything, man. But
shout out. David Copperfield up in that motherfucker, dog.
Yeah, we got it, man. But shout out to my nigga Bill and Dev, man. But I gotta tell the story, the full story. Y'all gonna be laughing because that nigga Dev and them are a trip when they get ready before they was sparring us, man. They was doing some funny shit, man, which I'll talk to y'all about. Me and my son was bugged out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey man, they gave us that work though, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind seeing him and my son really do it now when it counts, man. Mike Jr. is a whole different nigga right now. And the scary part is Mike Jr. just gonna get better and better. I think a lot of these fighters, man, that was jumped to superstardom has reached their peaks. They maxed out.
Yeah.
They done. Like y'all can get better as far as conditioning and be in shape. But y'all ain't learning nothing else, man. Mike Jr. is just constantly getting better, putting shit together. So that's to our advantage. You know, he's 21 years old. And we coming
21 years old. Goddamn.
I think somebody asked what weight class is some shit, right?
Yeah. What weight class y'all campaigning at?
Man, you know, Mike Jr. can make 135. To be honest with y'all, man, we trying to pull something at that weight. You know what I mean? We know Mike Jr. could become a world champion fast as hell at 135. We don't know how long that's gonna be to make that weight. That's a tough weight for that nigga. He's kind of big. We fight at 140. But Junior is just growing so fucking fast, man. His fucking calves, his fucking back is spreading. Like,
hey, I didn't post the thumbnail, but that motherfucker, goddamn, that shit is tight, boy. You can tell the change, the transformation of 150. You can tell, man, from where he was at that fight card to now, totally different.
Yeah, boy Wonder, Mike Jr. 150 is definitely he's changing. We gonna give niggas hell, man. It's just that we gotta find our way, man. Everybody's shutting us out. Niggas don't, I look at Dev, I look at Teofimo, I look at Ryan Garcia, man. Them boys got money. They got a taste of money. Tank, they all got a taste of money, and they're not fighting each other. I don't know why
Correct.
not. And then they don't want to.
Javier Fortuna didn't even want to fight Devin Haney. So I'm not sure why they talking about Boxrec with the niggas that's up there ranked on Boxrec. They ain't trying to fight them.
I'm confused. And even then we come out, we have a winning record. It may not be the best record that you niggas like. You know what I mean? Because y'all programmed by the boxing system of he's not ranked and he hasn't fought this. You niggas don't know what you want. Y'all want good fights.
In first 14 fights, though, 300, he got some losing records on his shit too. He was over in Mexico. Come on. I mean, Bill want to get on the boxing boys talking about, oh, he wasn't of age. We had to go to Mexico. You still got some cats on there with losing records. Your shit ain't spotless, dog.
They did that. They knew what they was doing. That whole shit was planned out. You know what I'm saying? And again, man, let me tell y'all something, man. This boxing shit just takes money. I wish we could have went to Mexico. You know what I mean? So we couldn't go to Mexico. So we had to go grab these niggas out of Walmart and and gas stations, like I said, and fuck them niggas up. You feel me? And the MMA niggas who wanted to try boxing, we had to chip them niggas up. So, everybody get it their own way. But at this point, man, the fans want to see good fights. And we want to give it to them. You feel me?
Hey, hold on for a second, 300.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
What's happening, bro? How y'all doing today?
What's up, my bro?
Not much. I just have a question though, because I'm kind of intrigued on this with these sanctioning bodies and stuff like that. If your son was happen to get, a fight to get him ranked in the top 15, top 10 in one of these sanctioning bodies, he already ain't getting no fights that he deserves. You see how these sanctioning bodies do fighters now these days with these promoters and these networks. I don't know what the hell they doing behind scenes or whatever. Who knows who? But even if y'all was to get within the top 15 to get these fights, because you seen Michael Hunter just got stripped, for not having to fight because nobody wanting to fight him. I think after watching a couple of your son's fights, I think he has a lot of potential and stuff like that. But a lot of those guys that's already ranked ain't going to risk no L's. So how do you get these guys and make these fights happen? I'm just kind of intrigued on that, because it's that's one of the problems with that me and World Combat Sports have with boxing. When going back and forth talking about boxing and MMA, and I'm always advocating for boxing. He's telling me what the real deal is with MMA and what the problem is with boxing, and it just seems like it's a heavy problem with people just not wanting to make the fights that the fans want to see and the fights that should happen for these fighters and these competitive matches. Because you just said it, these guys that's in the top 15 and top 10, they still shopping at Walmart.
Yeah, they won't fight each other, man. So to answer your question, man, we running out of motherfucking options other than to keep knocking these niggas out that we doing. But we do. All right, we can. Like I said, Top Rank be calling this, but then not Top Rank itself. The other Top Rank, they're matchmakers. So they matchmakers will call us and want us to fight one of their prospects that's a killer, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna just say his name. Like, they'll call us and say, yo, we want Michael Williams Jr. to fight Elvis Rodriguez, right? Elvis is a beast, right? Fucking none of them guys don't even want to fight Elvis Rodriguez. So like we got to do this shit. Somebody got to do it. So we got to either, but they don't want to pay us a lot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, when I tell you they don't want to pay us a lot, man. I'm talking about they want to, for a nigga like that, that's a killer. They'll have 25,000 in their budget to pay Mike Jr. and they only want to give my son 10 grand. So of course, man, we at the end of the day, we're not desperate. I'm not taking that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So then the count of that, we going one day we gonna have to take them kind of fights and upset them niggas and say, now what? You feel me? Because this shit is fucked up. Or tomorrow I'm gonna go take my ass to a gas station and buy me some fucking lottery tickets. Well, and hope I hit the lottery. Then I could keep funding my son. You know what I'm saying?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna rob a bank for y'all. I'm joking.
Just a scratch off, goddammit. Shit, just get a scratch off of the motherfucker.
The reason why I ask that is because World Combat Sports hitting on one of his things, like there ain't no pension to boxing, especially with this COVID thing. It's like you got a lot of boxers out there, and a lot of people think that people are just out here just boxing and don't have a regular job, don't have bills. You know what I'm saying? And then the UFC, they got like a thing to where, you know, in multiple countries where you could just live there or you could train there. You ain't got to worry about all that. But boxing, it's like once you get, especially once you get out of the amateurs, and amateurs ain't got shit. And half of these and ESPN ain't talking about no amateurs. You know, there's other guys that talking about no amateurs who's coming up next out of the amateurs. And then when you hit for the professional realm, where people were really trying to pay their bills and pave their way and actually give fight fans actually real life fights they want to see. Because really, to tell you the truth, boxing won't exist if it wasn't for the fight fans. Like if it wasn't for people like you pay for fight, World Combat Sports pay for fight, we all pay for fight. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of if it's a subscription or every now and again the pay-per-view, we all pay for fight. And it's like one of those things is like every time we turn on the TV, we got, you know, an ex-rapper, Max Kellerman, trying to tell us who the hell is supposed to be next, you know, up in line. And the shit is sickening because nobody is listening to fight fans. None of these guys listen to what the fight fans want to see. And those are the consumers. And we all know that, you know, Devin Haney went to this whole thing with Gary Russell, and Gary Russell ain't got nobody, and Devin Haney ain't got nobody. And now he over here sitting in limo and waiting for Big Daddy Edward Hearn and some old ass geezer to tell them who's gonna fight next and stuff like that. And it's like the same thing. It's like from the next 5-10 years from now, what are we supposed to see as boxing fans? You know, because that's the fun.
It's scary. It's scary, bro. Because you're right. You ain't gonna see shit. You're going to see a bunch of motherfuckers with these pretty records talking shit to each other, and they all going to want to beat up Gamboa. That's what you're going to see. Every time you turn around, nigga want to fuck up Gamboa. How many niggas is going to beat this? Nigga, we want to beat this nigga up now. You feel me? God damn.
The Haney did it after Javante shit.
Hey, that's we can't. Hey, listen. You know, I ain't gonna disclose shit that me and Bill was talking about, right? But that nigga Gamboa got a lot of motherfucking money. We can't afford that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, Scotty, it's a question right here. You know what I mean? But
he said, I would advise you guys to start matching Michael Williams Jr. with opponents of known boxers in the division. Okay, and that's what you just going over. Go ahead.
Okay, so Keen, is that Keen?
Yeah, Keen Mitch.
Keen, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is what I'm. How the fuck? How am I going to do that, Keen? How about you send me some money? Send us like, I'll tell you what, Keen. Since you think you got the plan, send us like 400,000, and we can get shit popping. Send us 400,000, King. And then I'll be able to reach out to these guys in our division that's highly ranked, and then I'll be able to pay them
Pay them.
A nice healthy purse. You know, get Mike Jr. paid, and then we knock them off, and we able to start moving up. Or I can take that money and go get a bunch of niggas that y'all don't know. They'll figure out a way to have them ranked because money talks, right? And they'll be like 22-3 and 30-10. Those records look real good to you, casual fan niggas. And then we'll beat them. And then also with that 400,000, I'll contact WBC, throw them niggas like 100,000 of that. Once I get them 100 grand, woo, they gonna work some shit for me, baby. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna move Mike in like the top up to the top, and then they're gonna get Mike a belt. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what you're talking about, King. You know what I'm saying? It's money, man. So until you gonna help me move my son, go sit down.
He ain't got it.
IB said Gamboa wouldn't even look 150's way. Wonder why.
We'll beat the shit out of Gamboa. He too little. He too little. And he old, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is using Gamboa for his name, which is cool because that's what we want from Devin. We want your name. Like we would have. You know what I mean? Because I don't want my nigga Bill thinking we still calling him out. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about him. We would have fought that. I know, but you got the right to, Scotty. Fuck that. As long as that hoe keep talking, my brother Scotty gonna keep talking, and the rest of the niggas is gonna keep talking. So they'll make their choice. One day Bill is tell that nigga, yo, shut the fuck up and don't mention Michael Williams Jr.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? And we gonna keep going too. You know what I mean? But what the fuck I was saying? So we want the nigga Dev's name. That nigga's a king. Him and his pop. We want his name. We would even fight Dev just to fight him. No belt. Of course, we still want to get paid. You know what I'm saying? No belt. You can keep your belts. You know what I'm saying? Because with the little bit of money that Bill and them would pay us, I can go have me a belt sent to me too, baby. You know what I'm saying? So come on,
absolutely,
man.
Hey, I got a nice one for you. Mike. This is the first time they done asked this question. I knew it was coming up sooner or later.
What we got?
They say, how come RJ don't front the dollars? Then y'all pay him back with interest with 150 get bigger fights. Why don't he just front the money? Just come on, Roy. You just came off Triller. Tell him what's good.
Hey, bro, I love your page because when I come over here, your guys asked a great question. So, my brother Roy is a great fucking trainer, dogs. And again, he's our family. He love my son. All right, because this is a little difficult. So, Roy trains my son. Roy has RJJ Promotions. RJJ Promotion is ran by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You know, Roy still has part of that. But those guys that run it, you know what I mean, they simply don't, you know, they're not interested right now in signing my son. They like Mexicans and shit. You know what I mean? But to their defense, they did tell me that, hey, look, man, we just fought on an RJJ show. Hey, if you know, when the time comes, if we want to sign your son, we want to make sure we can take care of your son. So right now, they don't really have what we need right now. That they know they don't have what they don't have what it's going to take right now to really move Mike Jr. the proper way. So they, you know, they'll deal with the, you know, the other foreign guys, whatever like that. So Roy Jones trains my son. You know what I mean? But RJJ is something separate. You know what I'm saying? And then Roy now. Roy's money is Roy's money. You know what I mean? Yeah, my bro could probably do that, but nah, we don't want that. Roy Jones is my son's trainer, man. You know, Mike Jr. get a little perks and stuff, and Roy would do anything for my son. Bro, I don't come at my bro like that. I don't want to. I don't come at my brother like that. You know what I'm saying? I like Roy as just a trainer. You know what I'm saying? And we're good with that. And Roy would do anything for my son, man. But I don't come at my brother like that, man. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot of fighters.
You won't want 150 going down there and training. Y'all have an open $250,000 debt. He's like, Hey, when your pops
Man.
talking about paying me back that 2.5? You know what I'm saying? Has he said
And
anything to you?
Roy could do that. But you know what I'm saying? Like right now, our relationship with Roy Jones, man, he's my son's trainer. He's family, dog. Like if Mike Jr. retired today or tomorrow, um, he would still go to Roy house, sleep at his house. I come down there, me and Roy joke, play around. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother, man. So some shit you lead at. You lead at, let it be. Roy does a lot and enough for my son. You know what I'm saying? We gonna find our way. And shit, once we reach a certain record, certain amount in our 20-0, 18-0, Roy will pick up the phone, call Bob anybody he want to, and say, yo, my man, you know what I mean, my man right here, he ready. But Roy's attitude is crazy, y'all. It's like Roy won't pick up the phone and say to Bob I want you to sign Michael Williams Jr., my fighter that I train. That nigga Roy gonna pick up the phone and say, who's the biggest and baddest motherfucker y'all got, Because I got Michael Williams Jr.
Yeah.
Me personally, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But that's Roy, man. So I hope I answered your question, man. He would. We don't want to. And then he has RJJ Promotions. They show us a little love, but they're not ready to sign Mike Jr. It's not that they're not interested. It's more that, like Keith said, when we do, we want to be able to really, really take care of your son. And I respect that, man.
They got some guy named Javion. You know, he's riding hard for Keyshawn Davis. And shout out to Keyshawn Davis, man. I ran into him on the card. Yeah, he said tell Michael Williams to stay away from Keyshawn Davis. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Keyshawn Davis competed what weight again? That Javion? I think he compete at a lower weight, but this is boxing, bro. I don't know why you telling 150, tell him 300 to keep his son away from somebody in particular. It's boxing.
Well, never let another man's fears become your own.
Correct.
That nigga who said that needs to stay away from Keyshawn because he's scared. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn he's going to be a legend. He's a great matter of fact. I think him and Mike Jr. fought when they was little kids, bro. This shit, wow. Him and Mike Jr. fought when they was like, I don't know, 12, 11 or some shit like that. So when and if the time ever comes in the future, and we gotta bump heads with Keyshawn, bro, we gonna fight any and everybody. You feel me? We just trying to get up there. So now
I think they keep forgetting that 3. Michael Williams Jr., 150 boy wonder, is 21 years old, man.
Yeah, he's 21. And when we finally get on, y'all will see, man. We gonna fight everybody. I think, and I'll be honest with you. If we get on and we don't fight everybody, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna say, man, it's the fucking promoter, and I'm gonna just be honest with you. But when we get on there, man, I like Paulie Malignaggi's boxing career, right? That motherfucker, he was fighting everybody. You feel me? I like that. I like Manny Pacquiao's boxing career. We love Roy Jones' boxing career. He fight everybody. So that's how Mike Jr. is going to be. We lose, man. Hey, look, man, you can be 50-0 like Floyd Mayweather and niggas still talk shit about you. So if you lose, come on, man. You lose, man.
Man, there's a lot to go.
I got another question though. So you hear a lot about attributes in boxing and stuff like that, whether that is hand speed, quick twitch movement, able to be adaptable in the ring and stuff like that on the fly. What would you say your son's best attribute is?
Man, I'm not even talking shit, bro. Mike Jr. is 150% everything. That nigga is a bad motherfucker, bro. Like, seriously, I'm not even just saying that. He has grown so much, man. But I will tell you, because he's so fucking athletic, too. And he can box. He's a puncher boxer. But that nigga's right hand or that left hook,
Well,
Man.
let's say for instance, right?
Mm.
I'm pretty sure you saw a few rounds of the Canelo and that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I call him that guy
What, Callum
right
Smith?
now. Yeah, I call him that guy right now. You know, he's a lot taller than Canelo. And he didn't use his jab, you know, like he should have. Maybe he couldn't because he was getting his ass hit, you know, a lot, and he was scared to use it. Maybe he was scared to use it. But how would your son deal with, you know, let's say for instance he was be able to fight, you know, somebody like because I want to get off subject from that guy from Devin Lomachenko.
Right.
Let's say for instance, like how would your son deal with him?
That's a good question, man. But again, I don't think you realize how big Mike Jr. is compared to these little niggas. Mike's a giant. You know what I'm saying? And Mike would just fucking outbox these motherfuckers. And I know you like outbox Lomachenko. You gotta remember.
Oh no
Mike
no no
Jr.
no 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 no! I'm not. No,
Yeah,
I never held that. I never held him up there like that.
Yeah,
I always thought he was.
Mike Jr. is 6'1"
Yes,
and
sir.
can box and athletic like Lomachenko, angles, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So Mike Jr. would just be Mike Jr., man. Just box and shit. Lomachenko will run into some. See them little niggas, man. They all want to just. They think, oh, Mike's long and just we got to get to his body until they get punched in the face until they feel that right hand of Junior's or they run up on Junior and you get a check hook and then you're like, dang, this nigga strong as fuck. They all say it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, yep.
I got the thumbnail loaded up. You want me to pop the thumbnail up there? 300.
Well,
I
who is
mean,
it? Who,
he
we can
basically
save it.
answered the question. He basically answered the question.
no, man, no, Scotty. Let me tell you something. I'm never going to stop you from being great, bro. Always be great in what you do. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that hoe. He put up another video. We looking. We see a little youngster that's signed to Devin, and this nigga. I guess somebody asked him, mentioned Michael Williams Jr. and the little nigga was like, he a bum. The fuck is y'all doing over there, dog? You know what I'm saying? We're not even saying anything about these niggas. And Mike Jr. don't say nothing. The funniest shit Mike Jr. was doing was going back and forth with Devin on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? So nah, man, do you, Scotty? Fuck that.
Well, I'm
I
gonna put
was gonna show you something right quick, there, Mike. I'm gonna show you the thumbnail, bro. That's the way he used to look several years ago, and the one on the right is the way he look now.
Yeah. Totally
There
look at
y'all
his
go right
body.
there.
No, go back real quick. Let me break that shit down. Look at Junior's back. Look the guy on the right with the red and white. That Junior. The older Junior. Look at this fucking back. His arms. Look at his fucking calves. Nigga got Manny Pacquiao calves, dog. And then you look at the old Junior. You know what I mean? You can tell his body, you know, it ain't no cut, no nothing. Still a bad motherfucker. Still fly than a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Then you see
That's
Roy.
Mike fighting Mike. In case y'all don't know, that's him fighting himself.
That's my son fighting himself. You know what I mean? Scotty killed that shit. And then you got Roy looking at both of these niggas that he's creating. You know what I mean? I'm real scared. I'm real scared to see the 25, 26-year-old Mike Jr. That shit crazy. So if I was them niggas, I would try to get the fight over with now. Catch Junior while he only 21 and still learning. He gonna, you know, make some mistakes. I wouldn't wait until later. It's gonna be
Real.
worse. It's gonna be worse, bro. It's gonna be worse.
Hey, tell him y'all stay working out. Y'all stay on the motherfucking workout.
The reason why I asked some of them questions is because, you know, I'm from San Diego. You know, I could have been a lot of things. You know, I could have been a pimp, could have been you know, straight up gangster and all that shit between, you know, who the hell my family is and stuff like that. And then sometimes, you know, when I'm on social media and I hear, you know, how people just talk, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It just don't sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? And then especially that shit that, you know, the back and forth with, you know, Gary and shit like that, and Blu-ray, and I mean not Blu-ray, but Batman and all that shit. A lot of that shit just didn't sit right with me because all I heard was a whole bunch of pimp game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all I
yeah.
heard. That's
You ain't
all I
never
heard
know.
was a whole bunch of pimp game and not enough fight. And
Yeah.
you know,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. My bad.
and no, you fine. And you know what I'm saying? And when I see people out here really advocating, you know what I'm saying, and not on the bullshit, that just really want these fights and stuff like that, are ready to make them happen and stuff like that. You ain't got an opponent, and then you over here talking about this, you know, willingness to help out the next black homie and shit like that. And the next thing you know, you ain't there, and you know, like you said, you're handing out calling cards and stuff like that. But you know, it's all about willing. You know, and
Mm.
the way I see it is, you know, both of those brothers, man, your son and Devin Haney, 5-10 years from now, they next and stuff like that. And you don't have to wait 5-10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? And not only on that, the way the media is portraying things is like, even 5-10 years from now, you know, where you gonna be? Are you still gonna be behind Canelo? Is Canelo gonna be the next Floyd Mayweather, come back, you know, every year and have a fight and stuff like that? Still be the dude? Is Triple G gonna do the same thing? Is his next guys under them gonna do the same thing and take the limelight? Like when does boxing come back and actually become a real sport like it used to be? Instead of all these guys trying to climb onto some shit from amateurs and the shit that happened in sparring and start showing people, because boxing fans from the show me state, all of them. You got to show us. You know what I'm saying? And if all you doing is behind the scenes is just running your damn mouth and giving some pimp game and some down south sermons, you know what I'm saying? It starts sounding a little bit tricky. I'm not talking about you. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I know. I
Uh,
got you, man. I got you, brother. You right, man. I think, how long, right? How long are these fighters going to be able to um exit out with yeah, I did this and this in sparring. Yeah, he don't got no winning record. Yeah, he don't got no belts. How long did the boxing fans getting treated fucked up, man? It's so many great fights that can be made, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here, dog, to show people a different light, that a nigga like my son can be 14-0. You look at his box rec and be like, oh, he ain't fight nobody. But we are bringing and bust these niggas' ass. For real. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all a different light, and then I'm showing y'all and I'm telling y'all why this is happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting y'all know we don't got the fucking money and the budget to fight the same niggas that these fighters are fighting on big promotional companies. You feel me? But hey, Scotty, go back, man. Go back. It was a dude who said something
Yeah,
about Mike
yeah,
Jr. versus Regis.
yeah.
D Ray, I like that. We always said that. Mike
We
Jr.
like the
versus
Rugo.
Yeah, we like that. We like that fight. But again, they all going to hit us with the same shit. Um, and again, man, please, I don't want nobody thinking this is disrespect when we started fucking with Haney and them to get to fight. We wasn't trying to disrespect them. We really believe my son, first of all, then me, and then the rest of our team, Scotty, believed that Mike Jr. will beat Devin. All right. No disrespect in that shit. Because again, bro, I'm not
Nah,
ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to say it. We did look up to them niggas. Like, bro, I'm a father and I got a son that box. Them niggas is father and son team, and they didn't made it. You know what I'm saying? But we like, goddamn, bro, let's put on a good show and let's see. Are y'all scared to lose? You know what I mean? And then we get hit with a whole bunch of shit. Well, we don't got nothing to gain by fighting you and all that. Well, nigga, I already told you we don't got shit. But I'm gonna bring the best out of your motherfucking son or anybody. You know what I'm saying? What about the fans? What about the fans? The fans want to see a good ass fight because if the zone or anybody was to say, you know what, fuck it, we gonna make this fight. Mike Jr. gonna get his little bit of money and Devin going to get whatever they're gonna get. Bro, that fucking fight will be awesome. That fight will be awesome with fucking Regis Prograde, Michael Williams Jr. versus Regis Prograde, Michael Williams Jr. versus motherfucking what's that pretty ass nigga? Oh, Ryan Garcia. Because these are just good ass fights. And Michael Williams Jr. versus fucking Teofimo. But Mike is a giant to these little ass niggas. He's gonna be a problem. They want my son to be at 147. They trying to push my son off on Boots, Ennis. Boots is big as hell. Mike Jr. is tall, but he's not a full-fledged 147. But that nigga's a big ass 135, 140.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Mike Jr. walk around at 150. That's weird. His nickname is 150. He walk around at 150. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on, Lawrence? That's not a fight that's going to be able to happen. He said Mike Jr. versus Subriel Matias, the one that just stopped Malik Hawkins, the Iceman. He's a good fighter, but they're not going to be able to get that fight, man, unless the money's right.
That's some, I don't know, man. That fight right there, that's some, who's that guy signed to?
On PBC, Showtime, I believe. He fights on PBC. Okay,
yeah. I'm not going to say it won't happen. That's that shit that they'll hit me up for that fight, right? And this is why it won't happen, because they don't respect our team. Again, these motherfuckers will have a budget real big for that fighter to pay for an opponent. But then when it comes to 150, they want to cut it in half and give us bullshit. And nah. So that fight could happen, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit, give us Malik Hawkins. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, all we have to do is call up Kenny Ellis with that. That's their fighter. Kenny Ellis, Calvin Ford.
I joked around with my nigga Kenny on the live, and I was dead serious. And it wasn't a disrespectful call out. Again, we hungry. I see them niggas eating too. I said, Kenny, he's on my live watching my son like photo shoot or something. And I was like, Kenny, what up, man? I was like, we can make that fight with Malik. And he wasn't ducking or nothing. He was like, man, no, man, we see y'all working, man. We not trying to fight y'all, man. You know what I mean? I didn't take that as a duck or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Them niggas have bigger things they got. They not fooling around with us. We get treated like that all the time.
You know Calvin Ford was just in Rock Hill, man. That Billy Bleed shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to we fucks with them, man.
Yeah.
We seen Calvin a few times at the Nationals, man. They got some good shit, man.
Yeah, that's real talk, man. A lot of ins and outs of boxing people. It's just not just linking up and then getting in the ring and you figure out to pay later. All that has to be taken care of before the fight. I mean, this is real talk when you start to excel to that level. You just can't go in there, not even having your finances in order, having your freaking business in order. No, man, it's not that type of game, man. So it's a lot that goes into linking up with these matches. You know what I'm saying? Matchmaking, rather, linking up with these opponents. So for
Well, hopefully soon, Scotty, Mike Jr. is gonna he eventually gets signed, and then everybody will start seeing what me and you've been saying, Scotty. Let's say, for instance, Top Rank signs Mike Jr. You know what I mean? You'll see Mike Jr. more on ESPN. You'll see Mike Jr. fighting those same caliber guys that you've seen, Devin and all them. We'll be getting our win. We'll be beating up niggas from Brazil and Mexico. You know what I mean? For them to showcase Mike Jr. And then they'll do that a few times, and then they'll start shooting us in, step-up fights. But right now, man, we just got to keep on We got to keep on grinding, man. You know, being independent, this shit's hard, man. It's real
Yeah,
hard, man.
absolutely.
So when you say it's real hard, you know, out of the whole the bullshit that you and your son is getting put through, right? I would call it bullshit. I would, because I see a lot more less deserving guys on national TV boxing, and we could bring that all the way down to Rocket Fielding. Ada Waleem, Tom Schwartz, and all those guys too as well. Um, but what would you feel as like the most hard part is the in the role that you play and what you see and what your son has to go through as a boxer, professional boxer, in this atmosphere.
In what atmosphere?
Yeah, repeat that again, my bro.
No, I'm
What,
just
what atmosphere?
what is the hardest thing that you've seen that you went through as far as what your son is going through right now in this atmosphere that you guys are in? Because there's a lot of fighters that have been given opportunities that didn't deserve them. And
no, I got you. I got you. So that's good. I'm not going to say the hardest. I think the most frustrating thing is, bro, is like I said, just being independent and your money's getting low, and you watching these guys that signed, and you watching them all on TV, and you looking and you like, damn, my son can beat that guy. My son can beat that guy. My son can beat that guy, and we'll beat that guy too. And then for us to get on, they start offering us these hard ass, really, really hard ass fights that we like. There's not a chance in hell that we're gonna win unless we knock that guy out. So it's very frustrating. You know what I mean? But again, dog, it's nothing that we can do other than me promoting my son, letting the world know what's going on, showing our side of boxing. My son continually working hard, because what's going to end up happening is we're going to catch somebody slipping, and then once we get in, we not letting up.
right. I'm gonna be watching now. You know, a lot of people out there are gonna be watching too. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've been watching boxing for a minute, and you know, as far as boxing fans concerned, you know, we've been getting bum in the month bashes for quite some time. I mean, I know World Combat Sports know about it. He's been watching them. No, you've been watching them on national TV and stuff like that. Well, not on national, international wise. And it just seems like one of them things, man. It's just, you know, I keep saying this because it does make sense. 5-10 years from now, you know, whether or not is 135, 147, 150, whatever weight class it is, it's like, who's next? Who's coming up next? You know, and a lot of these guys out here, you know, whether or not it's a social media propagandist or it's a social media what you call that thing, personality, whether or not it's the old dinosaur ass media out there, it's like somebody's going to be getting pushed that was from yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Or it's going to be a European fighter. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that don't look like us, that just come from nowhere, like Lomachenko with, you know, we got a nice little amateur background, but a whole bunch of fight, but ain't fought nobody, get put on, you know, Triple G, you know, and then you keep naming the fighters, but it just seems kind of like sort of like a lot of these black fighters out here. I just hate to say it, but a lot of these black fighters out here just don't get the shine when they start coming up and they looking great like that.
Look, and check this out, bro. A lot of these black fighters don't get the shine, right? And then a lot of these black fighters, when they make it, my bro, they don't even help a fucking other brother out, bro. You know what I'm saying? They don't want a nigga to make it, bro. They ain't really helping hands. Man, look, we didn't. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather when he blessed Berto.
Yeah, he did bless Birdo. You're absolutely right.
Oh,
Come on. This
No, I
nigga
remember that.
Floyd. This nigga Floyd then made how many Mexicans rich?
Oh, a lot.
Dog.
Same
Like,
thing
really,
Devin Haney.
man?
Same thing Devin Haney trying to do. He, you know,
Like,
he only
come
got one
on,
brother on his
man.
resume.
You
Nah,
get
but
what
I
I'm
thought, I
saying?
thought, I thought Floyd said, when he fought, before he fought Brothers, like, I just wanted to give somebody else a chance.
Well, that's what we talking about.
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah,
talking about.
I'm making sure.
I'm glad he gave it to Berto. Goddamn. Thank you.
Haiti
You know what I'm saying?
having that earthquake over there too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, you know, again, bro, niggas get up there and they get funny. It's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, hold me to it. If we get up there, you know, it'll be the next brother that's trying to get it, and we'll give him a shot, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I know I can get my son some more money. I think it comes down to niggas be feeling threatened. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's that.
So,
I think it's that too. But at the same time, it's like, why have your own promotional company, right? Well, I understand why you're gonna have your own promotional company. I understand it, but I'm just gonna bypass that and say this: why have your own promotional company and then not put fighters under your brand? Whether or not you're Floyd Mayweather, whether or not you're Deontay Wilder, whether or not you whoever. Why not put fighters under your umbrella and put them under your undercards and get them a good light instead of putting these, like, okay, let's say for instance, how many Deontay Wilder undercards have you seen?
Not many.
yeah, I don't. Yeah. What
Okay,
about it?
okay. So a lot of Deontay Wilder's undercards are lackluster. Lackluster. No, you know, it's just it's nothing that nobody want to see. It's nothing. There's no is you know, a lot of them non-competitive, or is somebody that is not going to be around in the next 5-10 years. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying is, why have your own promotional company and not have no fighters worth a damn? One thing that Jane Prince once said.
Hey, so who you talking about?
No, I'm
Who
just
got their own? Who got their
no,
own promotional company and don't got nobody?
Deontay Wilder got one,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got you, bro. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
He got
Yep.
one. But a lot of these guys have one. Charlos, they got their own little fight thing with the Lions only, right?
Well, hey, bro, you gotta remember, man, that ain't nothing but the new LLC. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just got.
That's what I'm saying, my brother.
That's true. LLC, limited liability company.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
But why not have no
you
fighters?
right. You right though, dog.
Hey,
That's
Mike.
the weirdest. Yes, sir, brother.
I'm talking to Mike. Hey, Mike. You're gonna have to come on different times. You know, Roy about to hop on here. All right.
All right, tell the homie I said what's up, man, and massage them knees.
Okay.
Old ass knees. All right, dog.
Yeah, I'm waiting on him to pull up.
You talking about my brother, Roy?
It ain't Roy's Chicken and Waffles.
How the hell was you able to get Roy on here?
Hey.
You reached out to him?
Yeah, man. You know what it is.
You funny.
Hey, I'll tell you right now. Let me see. Let's see if he's on. You know how he roll.
Yeah, good. I get to tell him.
Check your phone, man.
Who, mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Appreciate everyone that's in the chat that pulled up today, man. We have the one and only father, Michael Williams Sr., alias 300, you know, talking about his son, Michael Williams Jr. 150. Of course, we had to come in here and discuss it because of, you know, His name been out here floating on the social media. And to be honest with you, the team itself really haven't been frequently YouTube like that into the last couple of days. But what we're really trying to do is, put him out there. We really want that Devin Haney fight, but also to get him acclimated to YouTube and to build his brand and everything else. In no way, shape, or form, this was to build a brand off Devin Haney. We really want to fight Devin Haney. And if the fight presented itself, then it will be on and popping. But besides that, for those of you that tuned in to the live chat, man, y'all need to go follow my man on IG. Pay attention. If you in a local region and you're seeing a fight, man, stop up. You'll get a different perspective on what we're talking about. How good he can box, man, how sharp he is, how much power he possesses. And damn, to be so tall and have that defense. You got to come check him out, man. Everywhere he go, man, the ring walk is lit. The ring walk was lit. If they would have been there 300 with that Operation Knockout, I think that's the most lit one y'all had, though.
Yeah, when Roy wrapped him out to the ring,
yeah,
that shit was crazy.
And Rap still can. Hey, Roy still can flow too, man.
Yeah.
Roy got bars. Roy got.
Roy probably right now he be fumbling with the phone, man. Roy be having a hard time coming on these. Oh. So he probably gonna try to come on the show right now, and then he just gonna say fuck it.
Send the link.
Yeah,
that's it. He won't have no problem. But that's it. It is what it is, man. I appreciate you pulling up, man. And
love you, my dude.
Yeah.
Handle your business, man. I'm go ahead and eat me something, man.
Yeah, man. Do that.
All right, peace. Thanks, Scotty.
I'll let you know what's up. All right, peace, man. Man, y'all was dropping Pensacola in the house. Real talk tonight. World Combat Sports. I appreciate the energy. The D-Ray, thanks for letting me know for sure. Yeah, man. Trying to get the one and only Roy Jones on here to talk it up. Believe me, it's gonna happen. I'm trying to wait for a response or whatever. But yeah, that's his trainer. 150's trainer is Roy Jones Jr. You just finished speaking with his father. Excuse me, and I'm glad he stopped by because me being media, I can still talk on the fight. Real talk, I can still talk on the fight because I had other areas that I wanted to touch on that are clear. So when Devin Haney or anybody over there on the other side want to say bums, then you really have to assess the Boxrec. Do you want me to pull up the Boxrec? Do you want me to go into a little bit of exam? Why don't I just do that? Because this is the back end of the live. I need to share something with you all about this Boxrec so y'all won't get it twisted. Because look, one of the members of the Boxrec said he's not even ranked in the WBC top 10. But we're talking about Devin Haney, right? We're calling out Devin Haney. But this cat said we're not ranked in the WBC top 10. I said, okay, since we want to make it about top 10 and everything else that goes along with that. You want to be on some boot shit? You want to be a private in the military? Cool. Check this out. 25-0, 15 knockouts. I always got to start from the top and be professional. He has 60% knockout power. Now check this out, people. So this is where it comes down to Boxrec. I just want to go down to the last 5, people. Bear with me. This is clean out all the bum residue that goes along. Talking about somebody's a bum. Because if those individuals that's in the camp, I can't take too many of them serious because bums that basically rally around bums, they pretty much do what bums do. So you really can't take them serious. But let's check out Zolisani and Dunjani, right? He beat this guy via unanimous decision. And check this out. What was his ranking? 116. 116, right? Antonio Moran. They want to talk about top 10. Michael Williiams Jr. is not top 10, but he just fought a guy with that ranking right there. You've seen it. So therefore, we go to Antonio Moran. Let's see what ranking Antonio Moran has. Is he top 20? He's top 29, not top 20. He's top 29. Boom. Go back. Who's next? Zaou Abdullayev, 11-0. Stopped him in the 4th round, as he should. He was a nobody, really. What was his ranking? 24. So you're thinking, people, right now, you're saying 24. Yeah. Good. He's going up to the 20s, close to that top 15. I like it. I like it. With this many fights, okay, cool. We like it. Then we have Alfredo Santiago. Here we are. Unanimous decision just last year. But Alfredo Santiago was ranked 69th. 69th? 6'9", so we go backwards. We're going up close to the top 20s and down. So when you motherfuckers want to get on here talking about bums, if you want to get on here talking about bombs, you need to sanitize the motherfucking list mentally. You need to understand what is consistent of a bum. Top 40, 50, 60? Because this dude was his last opponent. Alfredo Santiago is Devin Haney's last opponent. That's fact. So are we basically relaxing, exhaling, and really focusing on the resume and not the motherfucking luxury cars on IG? This is a resume. IG do not ever erase Boxrec. Ever. It doesn't erase Boxrec. Let's take a look at my boy Gamboa. He's about 31. I know what his ranking is. It's about 31. He's ranked 31. Not top 20, not top 15, not top 10. So this is what I got to say really. This is what I got to say really. You know, let me go back over here to let me go back over here and so peep this out. What does it all stop? Those his last 5 opponents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to Gamboa. His last 5 opponents. And this is what I'm asking you. Just one thought a day will keep the haters away. You know what I'm saying? One proper thought away to understand, just to understand who are you receiving information from. So when a certain individual are referring to a list of bums, they need to come Devin Haney resume and say, well, his lifestyle is affluent and lavish, but his record is in the projects. His lifestyle is affluency and kudos and salute, but your record is in the projects, homie. I mean, this is a projects record. This is what people look at it like. They look at the O's, but they don't even look at the rankings. So they say, oh, he fought a 25-0 dude, but look what he was ranked. Look what in Dungeon he was ranked. 116th. Like I said before, in Dungeon 25-0, but he was 116th. And y'all calling people bums? Y'all calling people bums. First of all, some of y'all that's redirecting that terminology need to really, well, you do anyway. You take a look in the mirror. You understand you're a bum. You understand you a motherfucking belly to the ground roach. You understand that. You understand what you grew up off on was a short leash, man. They fed you banana chips up under the door. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect too much from bums hanging around bums. They do bum shit. And when it comes to boxing, you have to understand that looking at Devin Haney's record, his 5th opponent ago, Zolisani and Dunjani, 25-0 was ranked 116th. I mean, no opponent was in the top 20. So therefore, when you ask that question, Martinez, on the Boxing Voice, at least do your research ahead of time. And then it's not an excuse if Bill Haney just pops up, because if you really know this boxing shit, you should understand what you're talking about. You should have already examined Devin Haney's Boxrec. You should examine his Boxrec just like you examine Michael Williams Jr. So when you say he's not ranked in the top 10 WBC, what the fuck are you looking for? Why would you be looking in the top WBC for? And you really haven't narrowed the name. You know the top names. I mean, you're on the biggest platform out here on YouTube. You don't know the fucking names of the top 10? You should have a familiarization. I wanna task you with something there, Martinez, if that's your name from the Boxing Voice. Do better before you speak, even though it's a name that y'all may not respect because the way his record look. Oh, you want to see something? Check this out. Check this out now. Check this out. Let's go to his first 14 fight, right? Look at that. 1-0, 7-21, right? Okay, we talking about bum status. We talking about bum status. We talking about age. Michael Williams Jr. is 21. He didn't hang out in Mexico and go get fights all the time. Check this out. 1-0, 7-21, 5-23. We're on the third fight. 6-9, fourth fight. Fifth fight, 2-4. All right. Sixth fight, 4-0. Kudos. Salute. 4-1. All right. So right now we at 7. Eighth fight, 6-5-1. 9, 4-3. 10, 5-2. Okay, 10th fight. 10th fight. 11th fight, 6-7-1. That's a losing record again. All right. Next fight, what we on? 11, 12, 5, 19-4. I want you to just sit here and marinate with that right quick. That's just like 13th fight right there. Just for clarification, I go back 1, 2. It's 12th fight. Look at that record. 5, 19-4. That hit Mexico. Mexico. That's Mexico, people. 5, 19-4. That's bum status. Because Michael Williams is only 14-0. Is this bum status? Looking at this record, taking away the top half of his record. Does he have a record you can look at, respect, and be like, yeah, that's what it is? Before y'all open y'all fucking mouth, right, and don't know everything you need to know about the sport and how this boxing game is when you're building up your record, don't pick and choose who you want to say got a bum record. Because right now, let's look at this next fight. 36, 28-2. So through 14 fights, Michael Williams Jr. and Devin Haney has similar damn records. Devin might have a little bit more beautification because he has that undefeated. He has some, a couple winning records here and there, but it's not that pretty. This can be considered one of those bum records too. But that's through 13 fights right there. 13 and 14 fights, man. What more you need to know? That's damn receipts right there. Look, 7-21, 5-23, 6-9. Man, come on. You was fighting losing records too. You think we ain't gonna look down there? World Combat Sports is gonna look at the bottom of the basement. Because I know where you was at. The basement telling me you was doing the same thing the Williams are doing. And he's 14-0. So here we go. You understand where I'm going with it. You understand the receipts that I have and the assessments that I've separated. I basically gave you a point of reference comparable to Michael Williams fights right now. And you tell me, looking at this record, does Devin Haney has anything to talk about? I mean, do you have anything to talk about except, Devin was this age, and that's why he was over in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? He total of 11 fights in Mexico. I mean, come on, man. Come on, bro. And I remember watching you too when you came down there. When you came down to the Buckhead Center. Yeah. I remember. But, you know, taking this record that he has, you tell me, is that one of the most outstanding records that you've seen? Is it? Let me know. Let me know. What was Rocky Fielding's record? That's a little off topic, but I will look it up. What the fuck do I want to see Rocky Fielding for? Third round stoppage from a body shot, dog. He's 28-2, 16 KOs. He lost to Saul Canelo Alvarez, and then he just recently came back last year and fought some guy. I'm not even gonna waste my time on that. But I did give it to you. I gave you the information you was looking for. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's look at, you know, once again, I want you to see where I went with this thumbnail because, you know, I took some ample amount of time to let you know some history. This is some history facts that y'all should always commend Devin Haney for being the 3-time email champion who has faced 0 top 10 opponents. So when you call my man, you call my family a bum, I want you to just take a look at this thumbnail and answer the trivia question. This is the Devin Haney limited edition trivia question because you need to understand what it's about. You need to understand this is not trolling. This is absolutely fact. From the interim to the damn secondary title below the franchise to the motherfucking recess back to the damn shit, dog. Which one is it going to be? 0 top 10 oppositions. 0 top 10 oppositions. Who's the first 3-time email champion? The one and only Devin Haney. Devin Haney earned championship status 3 simultaneous. No, I won't say simultaneously. No, 3 times back to back to back, right? 3 times in recession without throwing a single punch. Without throwing a single punch. When I tell you about it, please believe me. When I say he never throw one punch, baby, I'm not lying. Oh, I'm not lying to you. He never throw a single punch, and I'm just out here covering the sport of boxing, yeah. Look at the thumbnail. Check it out. You got 3 emails. Push play and send them out. Select A, B, or C, goddammit. Which one is it? A, B, or C? Devin Haney is indeed the first 3-time email champion. This is a boxing fact coming only by World Combat Sports. He is a 3-time email champion with the belt that basically resides up there with the best. That's why they facing, you know, they chasing Teofimo Lopez. They want to fight for undisputed. But right now, Williams Jr., we got the shot. We wouldn't even want to have to. We won't want the WBC belt. It's tainted right now. That belt is tainted. You don't want a belt that you receive from an IP address or algorithm or database. You don't want that belt. You want some belts that you went in there and you fought for the vacant. At least you can say you fought for the vacant. We're not talking about defenses. To not, and I even forgot about, the part where he became a champion, then he was placed on recess. So he lost the title and then came back again without fighting for another vacant title. I'm just putting it out there. It's true fact. World Combat Sports said it first, man. Look at my thumbnail. I have all the applicable users, the PC users. Terminals are basically, they have their description. Devin Haney, DHP. And I have the titles that are being sent out point to point to the distant end to determine who's the first 3-time email champion who faced 0 top 10 opponents. Be very careful when you're talking about calling my man a bum. How you gonna call my man a bum when your record is the same? Through 14 fights, you have what is considered a bum record too. So just because you have the lifestyle, which salute to you, don't come up here acting like Instagram erases your motherfucking Boxrec. No, your Boxrec is still here. You ain't fought anybody. You have not fought anybody. And I can really go in right there, Devin. I can say, listen, if Tank Davis knocked out Gamboa already, why did y'all go face him? Like, why? Why did you go face him? And then it took you what, about 18 fights before you actually fought somebody decent? You knocked out Mason Menard in 9. And then, Teofimo Lopez ends up facing Mason Menard and knocks him out in 1 round. So therefore, it was established who has more power. Now, like your dad said on the Boxing Voice today, and it's not the first time I heard him say that. Bill talked that Bill language. That's what he does. He says no more power. We just got to take it as we come. It's nothing else, just that and the other. All right. If it's up to me, I don't sit up here and believe a lot. He might just be a little bit facetious, bloviating the point just to give people a different perspective, to give them a disingenuous perception, saying his son only has he has the power he's going to have. That's it. Nothing more. But I'm not even really concerned about that, because it would be good if he did have power. Because then if you were stepping there with Williams Jr., then you have 2 people that present power, and let's see when they land that shot. That's the way I go about combat sports. I want land a shot. Let's see how the body get touched up. Let's see how you feel when you get touched to the chest, to the rib cage. How do you handle that power? How do you handle the shot placements, the punch placements? That's it. That's it. My thing is to never have a fighter go in there that's not even 50%. They're injured, and then saying, "Oh man, this is gonna be good. Take advantage of it. Go ahead." I wouldn't have been a good coach and manager, because I don't like that shit. I want a motherfucker to go in there and be able to battle. What's going on, Pinkin? It's all good. Came in late. You're all good. Came in a bit late. Enjoy your channel. Appreciate you for pulling up. King, I was waiting on someone else to pull up, man. He might not pull up there. They confident they'll beat Haney right now, but mentioned they won't fight the top ranked guy for 10 G's. Well, it's different. It's different when you don't know the business side of the house and everything that goes along with that. 10 G's is very low money when you think about it. So I'm not sure who you're talking about, but 10 G's is very low money. You have to come out and set a precedence. You just don't go ahead and say, okay, I want a big fight, and you got to pay taxes and everything else, and then you come out there with some motherfucking Michael Jordan shoe money. You just can't go ahead and do anything. You have a record, and you go up here and you get with Top Rank, which he said they should be calling him back. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see if that is the case. Look, part of a dream, because the brain is just so amazing. Part of a dream is it can be thoughts that's already you have experienced, actively thinking in a conscious state, right? That can be part of your dream. Then you can be in an imaginative state where you dream about something that you thought you haven't did before. You pretty much believe that you haven't went there for it. I haven't did that shit. And you're dreaming about shit. You might go to bed thinking, damn, this is Devin. I really want to be undisputed title holder. Shit. Teofimo, just give me the shot. Just give me the shot, Teo. Just give me the shot, baby. Baby, that's all I'm asking, man. Just do this for me, man. Every time I sleep, them titles be calling me and calling me, dog. Them titles just be calling me, dog. Man, call Nino, man. Call Nino and see, can you get you to get me these titles, man. I need all them titles. I need the franchise. I need the WBC, WBA, IBF, the WBA. I need all those titles, dog. I mean, that's what he be doing, man. That dream be calling him. That's the difference between dreaming about something that you don't have and you in need of, and dreaming about something, that you've been through already. And I truly believe Devin Haney sits in the bed and say, damn, how do I get to these titles? And really what they're doing is what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be going after Teofimo Lopez. But no, me right here. I'm not saying sit up here. I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh, man, y'all going up here dog chasing Teofimo Lopez. But all I'm saying is in between time, because you're not getting a fight anytime soon, fight somebody else. Fight somebody you wouldn't want to fight. Because it's not too many to choose from. See what Team Haney, they want an opponent, but they want a very soft, hot marshmallow that's sitting right next to the motherfucking open flame. This is the holidays. People got their fireplace on. Some of these people be putting marshmallows on a stick. I think that's what Devin Haney wants for his next opponent, so he don't have to put forth much effort and get him ready if he's going to fight Teofimo Lopez next year. Seriously, that's what I think, people. That's what I wholeheartedly think. He said today they don't know who their opponent is. That's enough for me to say, well, find one. We know a name, but you don't want to give us a shot, though. You want us to keep on chugging along. You know what I got to do? I want to read y'all something because, I write articles too. And this might not set well with a lot of people, but I do like to read. I do. I do like to, write articles periodically. It may not be for somebody, but my writing, it may tip your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey. You know what I'm saying? A bowl of milk, motherfucking cinnamon bun. But I said boxing has various moving parts. Some of those parts are only understood by the most attentive, okay? Some fighters use Boxrec, other fighters Instagram. End of the day, when you're a champion, mention a challenger haven't fought anybody, but yet you're a body in the lightweight division who is the first 3-time WBC championship recipient without throwing a single punch. It tells me we have the perfect opponent for you. No clout chasing, just a quality opponent on the exact same level you are right now. Both of you never fought for a world title and absent of 10 opponents on your record. A top 10 opponent. Let me repeat that. Both of you never fought for a world title and absent of top 10 opponents on your record. Am I right on this shit? Am I right what I just said? They don't have top 10 opponents and they haven't fought for a world title. Okay. Correct me, WCS didn't put this shit out there. This is what I wrote. We're strictly on boxing. I'm speaking to Bill and Devin. We're strictly on boxing. What top 10 opponents has he faced to call Michael Williiams a bum? Boxrec is a skeletal example as to why people misperceive the entire composition of a fighter in the sport. There are many fighters who have built their records from a collage of wins from less than top tier opposition. It's the way of the land, so to speak. Once again, there are many fighters who have built their records from a collage of wins from less than top tier opposition. It's the way of the land. Next, a perfect example is Devin Haney. His record at 14-0 is uniquely similar to Williams Jr. Oh, yes, it is. Don't sell us the age proposition as to why 10 of your fights was in Mexico as if the appraisal increased over time. If we're going off that, then it's a seller's market because we ain't buying none of it. And what I mean, we ain't buying none of it. It's just all the, fights in Mexico and all the fights that he accumulated. You're trying to put them off as if the appraisal is high value. No, you're selling that shit to it. We ain't buying it. Moving on. Your recent spotlight was waiting, hoping, and wishing for a unification fight with undisputed lightweight champion Teofimo Lopez, who is set to fight an Aussie by the name of George Kambosos. And may I say, no consideration of the name Haney without a price tag of 7 to 10 monetary bundles. Okay, let's kick this, man. Let's kick it up a notch. Now, for the good of the sport, you're trying to convince Team Williams that you're not interested, and we should continue to chug along as if we're unworthy. My word, you aren't serious about boxing then, because your Boxrec, a mere 3 fights back, underscoring Zaur Abdullayev 11-0, ranked 24th, and Alfredo Santiago 12-0, ranked 69th. Let's include 39-year-old George Gamboa, ranked 31, a fighter who has canvas time. Now check this out. George Gamboa, I said a fighter who has canvas timeshares from multiple knockdowns. Let that settle in your spirit. No problem, because Tank knocking him out in the 12th round never deterred Team Haney one bit. So why is Williams Jr. a laughable suggestion? If you took Gervonta Davis' opponent and you look at the trouble he's had, why was it so easy for you to pick up an opponent who has an Achilles injury coming off a knockout as your next opponent? I don't get it. Moving on. Please locate a top 10 pugilist who currently compete in the professional boxing and reside on the Boxrec of the boxer in question, Devin Haney. Let me reread that. Please locate a top 10 pugilist who currently competes in professional boxing, residing on the Boxrec of the one and only Devin Haney. Not saying he isn't skilled, but the charade reminds me of Rock'em Sock'em Robots. How can we take it serious? Bombs shouldn't be allowed in your delivery when you're attempting to verbal spar about another fighter's resume. Bombs shouldn't be allowed in Devin Haney's delivery when you're attempting to verbal spar about another fighter's resume. That's basically saying, look at your own resume before you call somebody else's resume full of bums. If the readers are missing anything from the previous 3 lines of his ranking register, I specifically extracted from the Boxrec, then by all means, voice your input on live at 8, okay? Receipts do lie sometime. Receipts do lie sometime, especially if they're handwritten. Come on, man. Fuck with your boy. Read in between the motherfucking lines, dog. Receipts do lie sometime, especially if they're handwritten. All the narratives I'm hearing are verbal watermarks to social media to push a fragment perception. Check this out. I got to rewind that motherfucker. That shit warms my heart like soup. All the narratives I'm hearing are verbal watermarks. Verbal watermarks. This nigga be kicking some shit. That means they're goddamn. Anyway, verbal watermarks for social media to push a fragmented perception. Kudos to every bit of the fruits of your labor. I'm in no way a hater as commonly used to pierce one's defining opinion, but in better detail, a media vehicle that thrives on the absence of ignis fatuus when expressing my journalistic views. Ignis fatuus is misleading people, okay? Any word, any $6 or $7 word I use on here, I absolutely know the meaning. So that's just basically saying misleading when expressing my journalistic views. Salute. Last, I said, hey, Bill. Let me hold up for a second. For those of you that remain in here, this is the last part of the paragraph. For those of you that don't have a problem standing around, because we all used to get read to back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was some gunfire in between that shit, but yeah, we read. Last paragraph. Hey, Bill, I have one request. I know you're a solid dude, but please invite Dirt Monkey Dope Fiend to the table and break bread just once, West Coast La Familia style. Ask Devin to take her for a ride in one of his luxury fleets so he can earn 2 to 3 more followers and make sure he's screaming, Devin the best, Devin the best, Devin the best down the boulevard. I'm deeply concerned that most of his followers are exhausted from his social media fellatio. So fly him out to the mansion for Christmas. Break bread. I'm putting a suggestion out there. Listen, you know why I said what I said? Because when Bill came on my show, he told Williams that he blessed me. He never came on my show and spoke to me directly and some boxing shit, something I can respect and have a dialogue. He came on my show to get at another nigga. And I just find that absolutely disrespectful. He didn't really give a damn about me being the host. He came to get at somebody else. But when I did speak to him, right, this is the thing that people need to understand, so they will never get it misconstrued, right? When I was helping, because I was told that Bill wanted me to help out with the interviews, because whatever, he sucked the interviewing, so therefore they wanted me to help. So now when I was there, you kept on trying to conform me. He kept trying to conform me to say Haney about everything. That's not what I do. I'm a retired vet, first of all. I was a real nigga before I went into the military, and I pretty much learned a lot of shit while I was there in combat and everything else. So I have my own 2 legs to stand on. But Bill told me some shit like this. He said basically he started supporting H because I told H, has he been out for an interview or broken bread with them? You saying their name 100 times. And I was real. I wanted him to understand, like, have you been a part of something? Have they allowed you to become close enough so you can reach out and touch them? Do they fuck with you like that? Are they family? Are you considered family? Because you're calling people phones, talking about you represent DHP. That's my nephew, this and that, and this, that. No one made you an honorary family member. If it is, it's a motherfucking raccoon out back tied to the tree. Nobody's making you a family member to come in the house and sit at the table, and wait till everybody's done with the main course so they can toss the scraps under the table. There you go. Nobody's doing that. So hearing him say that, I'm like, I'm surprised you didn't get what I was understanding. I was trying to motivate him, like, bro, in this media game, you really need to call up some people and see, can you do a one-on-one interview? That's all I was saying. It was in good nature, but since then, I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, fuck it, because it's no need for me to continue to explain anything. I'm saying, when you gonna break bread? Bill, when is you gonna break bread, dog? Come on, I gotta get one picture. Prove to the people. Because I don't think you fuck with him. Hell no. I don't think Bill fucking with him today, tomorrow. I don't think they're doing this shit right here. I'm serious. I don't think they sitting down having dinner. I don't think they're doing it, y'all. Who wants to see them sitting down? You know who he is. I don't have to say. I don't have to say who he is. When you call yourself a team, it don't matter how much you call Michael Williams a bum. You won't whoop his ass in person. we got that totally understood. You won't whoop his ass in person. So therefore, I like the strong men and women, adult, that understands the bullshit when they hear it. So therefore, when you're talking all this shit about bombs and everything else, Team Haney, all that, I have to call you out because y'all not a team. You're not a team. They're not inviting you out for the holidays to break bread and stay in their mansion. That shit sucks, don't it? Look into my eyes, man. That shit sucks, don't it? You're not invited out to the casa. You're not. You going around calling each other's this, that, and the other like you're going to be in your house the entire freaking rest of the damn life. You have no idea. You know your boy 24 Geezy? Tell Cedric I say what's up. It's all good. Talking all that recklessness. Tell him we say what's up. It's easy to find out people over here. Tell him what's up. And I know he don't stay down here. I know you just don't stay in the A that 24 Geezy. I know that ain't the case. But anyway, back to what I was saying. And I'm about to end. Y'all do me a big favor. And understand when you hear the same shit, bitch ass nigga over and over again. Come on. Take that motherfucker like a hangnail. It really don't do anything. It's just like, okay, it's out of you take that motherfucker, you peel that bitch off, boop, you done with it. Don't allow bitch ass nigga to rule your life as an insult. You're stronger than that. Don't sit up here and allow somebody to go with that bitch ass nigga, knowing good and well if he's in person, he's doing nothing. Absolutely zero, y'all. Absolutely zero. It's no way in this lifetime, knowing that there's a God living, that H would ever approach me with all that damn bitch ass nigga shit in person. He won't. It's just not gonna happen. I don't have to say too much. I just keep quiet. It's just not gonna happen. But look, you're representing a certain unit in which you're disrespecting and you're trying to pull in other fighters to call beef. You don't pull in other black fighters to cause beef with other fighters, and then you want to say you want to make it about sparring, and you want to act like Team Williams was trying to go at Lolo Harris. We was never trying to go with Lolo Harris. Charles and Lolo are good people, man. You was the one that's trying to instigate that shit. A rat will always attempt to cause chaos. That's what rats do. That's what rats do. Y'all don't believe that shit. We never even damn said anything about Lolo Harris. Wish that man none but the best. But hear him talk about it. He's sitting up there saying some bullshit that why don't they go spar? Why would you do that? Who made you the mouthpiece and they family who trains them say go spar Michael Williams Jr. like you going in there with a motherfucking paraplegic? You're talking about a dude who's boxing and ain't no slouch either. You don't link up fighters like that without their team knowing about it. You don't advocate for them like that. You don't sit up here and say, well, he'll go in there and fuck up Michael Williams. You don't start a riff right like that so you can get a response on social media. Don't do that shit, dog. Don't do that. There's some good people. There's some good people over there. They gotta raise their career. Just like the Williams did. They did the exact same thing that Harris is going through right now. I got mad respect for them. But don't try to bring two black boxers against each other, because you're a damn dirt monkey. You know what I'm saying? Stay on your leash and do what dirt monkeys do. That's all I'm saying. Just I'm being nice. Just do what dirt monkeys do. Frolic around in the dirt, kick up dirt, make noise. Every now and then somebody get close. You say bitch ass nigga 100 times. Bitch ass nigga. I'm like, it means nothing. Hearing you say it is so soft. It's so adorable. You know what I'm saying? And then making those videos, man, good. Give us more exposure, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all we're talking about. But just make sure you pay attention to the email. I put some history up here, and it's pure fact. Don't act like it isn't. It's pure motherfucking fact. Shout out the team. And once again, I got to put up the classic. I just put it up tomorrow, man. That motherfucker is tight. Yeah, I have to put it up tomorrow. But yeah, let me see what's in here. Hey, Jackal, man, let me come on and holler at you, man. Come on and holler at me, bro. Come on and holler at me right quick, Jack. Here's Team Haney, Crash Dummy, Bill Haney. It better co-sign off of him. Here's reflection of Devin Haney promotion. Dude is a weirdo goof fan stand. Hey, I agree with you on that. I really do. I look at it like this. Bill knows what he's doing. So when you come from 150 over here, Team Williams say he's a bum, he ain't shit. Well, the good part about it, I know I got some intelligent people out there that really don't give a fuck about what you say. So when you say what you say, it don't make any sense to anybody except the little squirrels and rats that you hang around.
That's a fact. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Hey, first of all, everybody who's tuned in, man, this is one of the realest cats in the game of boxing, man. I call him the Underground King, the one and only Jackal Fitness AWD, man. Mad respect, much respect. What y'all got popping over there, man?
Not much, man. Just kicking and watching a little Monday Night Football, unwinding. I caught some of the interviews. Shout out to Team Williams Jr., man. Pops Williams and all that, man. I caught some of the interview, man. Yo, the things he was saying about BH the Great.
Yeah.
With the game that he be running, as far as saying all the right things to you, like a pimp. That's BH, right? He hit the hammer on the nail. He hit the hammer on the nail with that.
He does, man. Look, I know he used to run in hoes, but he don't need to damn have a whole nigga in his group that's trying to be the hoe.
Oh yeah, dude is a crash dummy, man. I know there's no way they co-signing off on that dude, because that's a reflection of their company. And that dude is a weirdo. He's a weirdo, man. He's a weirdo, man.
I gotta ask you, bro.
Go ahead.
Hey, let me ask you something there, Jack, because I don't want to give too much shine to that hoe ass nigga. What's going on with Jahad Tucker, man? What's good with him?
We looking at February 13th.
Y'all back y'all back in Vegas, Showtime? What?
Yeah, on that Joe Smith undercard. Joe Smith,
that's
and I believe Richard Comey's the co-main event. We looking at February 13th. Yeah.
This is fourth fight? I know.
Third fight. It's gonna be his third fight.
Yeah.
Third fight. We're looking at February 13th.
Shout out to Jahad Tucker. Who is Jahad Tucker on IG, man? Very talented fighter. I'm telling you, Jahad's about the motherfucking cookout. I'm serious.
Oh, yeah.
He's about the cookout, bro. So
when you
see him on for his third fight next year, man. Yeah, much respect, man. And I saw y'all have the New York State Athletic Commission certification, right?
Yeah, the manager license. Yeah, we got some things brewing.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Jack Fitness. AWB, them jackals out there. God damn, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Move as kings do.
Yeah, trying to build a little something. the youngins coming up, man. You know, give
So,
them an
you have any?
opportunity.
Okay. So the only person you manage, your only boxer you managing right now is Jahai?
Nah, Jihad is with Jay and them, with Jay Prince.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jay and Mike. But I got a couple of the fighters in the stable. You know,
Okay.
the Jihad is just the lead short. He's the
All
lead
right.
short, but you know the stable mate, the guys that's gonna be coming underneath him, they're
Yeah.
gonna be with us. Yeah.
Okay. Black Star in the building. Salute to you, bro. Man,
I want to add. I want to add this. Jihad Tucker is the LeBron James of the game. The one that the crash dummy was trying to steal the name when he was talking, and Bob knows who is LeBron James of the game is. You know, Bob
Yeah, now
Aaron knows who is LeBron James.
I was gonna touch on that too, Jack. That was fucked up.
Yeah. You know,
okay, if y'all don't know what he's talking about, you know, on Fred Barbershop Conversations, basically Bob Aaron was on there. So of course H went over here without permission. He did not have permission to go over here and vouch for Lolo. I understand, you know, the intentions or whatever, but if that's the representative, then you set yourself up for failure. But he said the man was LeBron James of boxing, in which the man who's already stepped and split the ropes and competed twice, man, LeBron's jersey, because the man was an amateur with no fight, signed on, and he fought his first professional fight on Top Rank, televised, with the LeBron James jersey on, and that was his moniker, man.
Yeah.
And this nigga tried to steal it, talking about he LeBron James, a motherfucking boxer.
Yeah. That's what goofies do, man. That's what goofies do. He probably seen
that shit out there, know where it came from. It came from
he probably seen when ESPN ran the on the Lomachenko Lopez undercard when Jihad was backstage warming up. He probably seen the when Jihad had on the red LeBron All-Star jersey, and ESPN they added who was Jihad Tucker and King James. He probably seen that. You know how he is. He's a goofy weirdo. He probably got excited and, you know, just ran with it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, but he know who y'all are, man. I mean, we can't accept that.
Yeah,
we can't accept that.
Definitely. But like you said, man, it's always flattering. You know, the when you see people try to, you know, emulate your style. You know, it's always that's a good thing. That means, you know, even though he didn't acknowledge it the proper way, he acknowledged it. So just by him doing that, it lets you know that he's hooked to the jack sauce. You know?
Yeah. he was hooked to the jack sauce, but he didn't want to hit you up and say, hey, how can I have some of that jack sauce so I can be a better person in this boxing game? You know what I'm saying? You know, enlighten me to the game.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, me and you, we build all the time. I'm willing to build with him too, you know? I'm willing to build with that young brother too, but you know, some people just, like you said, man, they like to wrestle in the dirt, man. You know?
Yeah, man. Exactly. Money Man up there saying the same shit. That means nothing. Get his name up. We all know he's getting his name up. That's what he's doing. I mean, he's basically processing and growing in the sport. If you don't know how that works, I don't know what to tell you. And you know, appreciate pulling up on their fake account. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for doing your homework and dropping in the live chat. It's all good.
Yeah.
Devin Haney and both of them has a name since a child. They just went different routes, and we know where they at. You know, one had the money behind them, and the other one hasn't. But at the end of the day, I don't knock them for the fruits of their labor. We're talking about boxing. When you call a boxer a bum, look at Devin Haney's 14 fight on back to the first, and look at Dan Williams Jr. It's not too much of a fucking difference. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And in all fairness to Michael Williams Jr. Shout out to him and his pops. It's nothing about him being a bum. If I just want to state this, that if he was such a bum, like they wanted to push out there and push that narrative, a legend such as Roy Jones wouldn't even want to work with him.
Correct.
The
And
proof
see,
is
that's
in the
what they
pudding
just
right
trying
there.
to do. Yeah, go ahead.
I said the proof was in the pudding right there because Roy Jones Jr.'s accolade speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And you cover the sport. You're around the sport. A man such as Roy Jones Jr. ain't gonna waste his time with a fighter if he knows the fighter doesn't have what it takes. So they could just dismiss all that bum talk when they're talking about Michael Williams Jr. because Roy Jones is not working with bums. So that narrative, I don't know where they tried to push that narrative. That was the wrong one. A better narrative would have pushed is to say that he doesn't have a big enough name, like Lord of the Rings stated on the podcast. That's more of a fair narrative to push. But calling the kid a bum, nah, that's too far fetched. That was real weak. I didn't respect that, at all. Like that was just weak. You could come up with a better narrative. Say he's not big enough yet. Say, grow your name. That's more acceptable and respectable. But calling somebody a bum that has Roy Jones Jr. as a coach is like you reaching now, because Roy Jones Jr. is not going to work with no bum.
Yeah, man, and you said some true words right there. Hey, Money Man, you want to hop on? Click the link, man. Black Star, you too. If y'all fellas want to hop on briefly and talk that boxing, it's all good, bro. It's all good. It's support. But you said some jewels right there, man. Roy Jones Jr. is just not gonna take anybody because, for one, his gym is on his property. For one, his gym is not reachable from the street. You have to go into the kingdom. And you best be in a vehicle and not walk because you got them cane courses on his lot. You need to be in some type of transportation because them cane courses come out the tree line, and you ain't close enough to a damn somebody he knows out there. Shit, you might have your ass in trouble. That big black shit, birds everywhere, cock, everything out that motherfucker. Cujo, she got snakes out that bitch. But yeah, man, it's a privilege for him to be out there as long as he has. But I don't expect everybody, Jack, to respect the fact that Roy is training Williams, because it may be a little bit of envious there. I'm not saying anything with Devin. I'm talking about them little motherfucking New York rats that's done made it over here to the motherfucking social media.
Yeah, know what it is. Some stuff just goes over people's heads. Like they don't. See, you partake in the sport, so But people that don't partake in the sport, certain stuff just goes over their head, man. You can't. If you don't know, you don't know. That's the only way I could really explain it. If you don't know, you don't know. Like Roy Jones is not gonna work with a fighter if he doesn't believe in that fighter or see something in that fighter. That's just like 1 + 1 is 2. So it's just it's just if you know, man. So I took offense to that when they said the kid was a bum. Like, nah, he's far from a bum. Just say you don't want to fight him. Just say he's not a big enough name yet. We know the game, low risk, high reward. Just keep it real, That's it. Just say, it is what it is. Like he's not a big enough name yet for you. Don't say he's a bum, because in a couple of years when he do come up and he does have his stripes, you're gonna have to dance with him eventually.
Correct.
And when stuff you say, it might come back on you. Now you put it out there that the kid was a bum. Now when y'all get to dancing, and sometimes shit happens. You might get clipped. I'm pretty sure that somebody's gonna remember you said he was a bum. You don't want to get clipped off from a bum now. Remember what you said.
You don't want to end your career getting clipped by a bum now, especially you buying all these luxury fleets. You don't want to get clipped by a bum now.
That's why you gotta You got to be mindful of the words you choose when you talk about a future opponent, because it's going to happen. It might not happen now, but eventually it's going to happen, because that kid's not going nowhere. He's only going to get better. His notoriety is going to get larger, and it's going to happen. So you should be mindful of the words you say towards certain fighters. You know, just keep it all the way official. Say what it is. You know, it's a high risk, low reward fight for you right now.
That's real.
And for,
That's real.
and for the people that don't understand what I'm saying is, basically what I'm saying is, Devin Haney has a name. He's a commodity, a grown commodity in the game. Can't take nothing from him. So they feel like they have to protect their investment. Now, Michael Williams Jr., they saying he's not a commodity yet. So if Devin was to get in there with him and he beats Devin, you know, the fight ain't really worth it for them right now, because they're trying to say Michael Williams Jr. is not a big enough name for them. That's all it is. The kid is not a bum. So they need to just toss that narrative up out the window. And just like you said, shout out to them, you know, buying the luxury cars and all that. But once again, when you doing moves like that, all you doing is attracting the predators and the wolves, because now you looking like bad meat, and they coming to get that.
Yes, sir.
They're coming to get that. So be mindful of the moves that you're making. When you're running out there, like we said, that's all good. That's all fine and dandy. But Michael Williams Jr. is a predator. All he's doing is sharpening his teeth, licking his lips, and he's coming for that food.
See, I knew they was gonna give you the Jackal social media sea moss smoothie. You know what I'm saying? They was gonna get you healthy. They was gonna get you healthy at the night, you know, so you can sleep right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
sir. I knew you was gonna come up with the damn social media sea moss Jackal Fitness. Goddamn special, dog. One last question, man. Do you think that Errol Spence and Bud's gonna fight next year?
I don't think so. I'm gonna say why. Because the numbers that they keep throwing at Terrence Crawford is very disrespectful. You know, 60-40.
Then what's his name? Just 60-40?
Yeah, Danny Garcia got 60-40. And then you say 70-30 and whatever, take whatever. Like, you can't. That man is a champion.
Yeah.
You can't fight a non-champion and give him 40 and then talk about giving a champion 30. So yeah. I think that fight is, I don't see that fight happening unless they really start talking logistic, real numbers. Like, it got to make sense.
True.
Terrence Crawford's a champion. You can't fight guys on your side of the street, like you want to call it, and give them 40% of the pie, and then for whatever reasons, when you're doing interviews and you're talking to people, tell a champion that's bringing a belt to the table, he can get 30%. I know it sounds cool, to get people talking. Oh, yo, he's the big dog. He's the big dog. But now the numbers got to make sense at the end of the day. That man is a champion, an undefeated champion in your division. 60-40. That would, that's a start. But going backwards, saying 70-30, I don't know what that was about, man. They got to get off the goofiness over there. That was like real goofy.
I agree, bro.
That was a little bit goofy and disrespectful. You can't fight a Danny Garcia for no title, only for your title, and he's getting 40%, and then you talking about fighting the champion, and he's only going to get 30%. Does
it have anything to do with black fighters that are on the higher level respecting one another like that? Because if Danny Garcia was just able, to get 60-40, Why is it so difficult for a 3-division champion and formerly undisputed? It's just because he's y'all in the same weight class. I mean, why would you fuck with him like that?
I think that whole situation is a little deep. I think, you know, Earl EJ alluded to it a little bit. That's more of a Bob Arum, Al Heyman, situation. And you know from covering those guys over there, they march to the beat of the drummer Al. So whatever Al tells them to say, they're gonna say. So I think that was more of a Al shot at Bob, you know. So Bob and Al gotta sit down and do business. But I don't think that was really more towards Bud and Earl. I just think, you know, Al is Al, man. Al controls his fighters. He tells his fighters what to say, and they gotta say what he tells them to say. Because if you remember in that interview, Earl was quick to say how Bob is a liar. Bob got to stop lying. Bob got to stop lying. So that was more. I feel that was more of a, you know, he was speaking for Bob. He was speaking for Al. So Al and Bob got to hash that out.
I think that was bullshit, period. You know, because if he's speaking for Al, I mean, why come up here and talk about 70-30, whatever you want, whatever we want to give you?
Yeah, that was that Al talk. Al was coming out of him, man. That's a conversation Al and Bob need to have. Because we gotta just see what's gonna happen. But from my prior experience with Earl, I don't think he's scared of the fight. You know, he gotta over there. Al's the shot caller, man. You know, they that's why all those fighters over there, they always say you gotta call Al. Al's the shot caller. Whereas when T Bud, if T Bud says he wants to fight, he's gonna get the fight. You know, but over there, Al is the. I don't want to call him the God, but Al's the shot caller, man.
The Godfather. The Godfather, Al Heyman.
I call him Charlie, man. Charlie's Angels, man. That's what we call him. Charlie. You know, Charlie.
Have you ever seen him before, bro, or what? Have you ever seen him?
You never seen Charlie, man. Charlie got all the fighters. Charlie calls the shots. And that's it, man. They all, everybody acknowledges Charlie.
Okay. Going on to Stevie, the answer Massey in the building, man. What is good with you, bro? Shout out to South Carolina in the house.
Well, chill, I appreciate you letting me come on and drop a little sauce, man.
Yeah, for real.
And, I'm always stay tapped in with you. And like I said, man, salute to you. Salute to everything you got going on. I always pay homage. Like I said, this is the brother. When y'all see my watermarks going all over, this is the brother that put me on to that game. So, like I say, I always pay homage, man. Shout out to World Combat Sport for blessing Jackal Fitness with that watermark game, man. I just want to just put that out there in the universe and let the people know that, man. But
they may not know the depth of it, but man, we first met. That's when we first met.
Yeah. You was putting me on to that, man.
I was like, man, don't put that video out there. Put your stamp of approval on it, dog. And goddamn Jackal Fitness start roaming these motherfuckers, dog.
That's a fact, man. But,
I appreciate you pulling up, dog.
Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, King.
Yep.
Everybody else is in the building. I appreciate you stopping through as always. Man, I've been on here more than enough. And I got to close this out, man. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man. Until next time. And somebody please go tell Devin Haney, no more email championships. I gave you a fun fact history lesson.